live. Uh-oh. Maybe we're not live. I mean, I'm live. Hold on. There we go. We're live. I lied. We did it. What's going on, everybody? It's another Tuesday night cool down. If you weren't already on the big show, Tuesday night's main event. Ooh, it was a wild one. A lot going on. A lot talked about. Good time. Had by all. But now we're here, man. This is wild. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are all having a good evening. I know I am doing well, but we're here. What's you know, I'm gonna catch up on chat real quick. I'm reading things people are saying, and I gotta figure this all out. So, Charles Devane, first in the door, says, "Hail, Epic Mike." What's going on, Charles Devane? Rough Night with the eyeballs. What's going on, Rough Night? Turd Ferguson says, "Meek." What's going on, Turd? Welcome in, man. Gay Carpenter 77 says, "Sneak Meek rant." There'll definitely be some rants this evening. That's for sure. Dreaming Tabitha, thank you for the raid over on Kick. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Camman says, yo, Mike, have you played Joe Hendry's entrance? You have to play Joe Hendry's entrance so that you too can believe in Joe Hendry. All right, we'll check that out. Jose Taco says, "I missed it. Dang. It's okay, Jose. I still love you." Well, let me plug in my Steam Deck. I didn't have that plugged in. I'm specifically plugging it in because Joe, C818 Pureblood, gifted a channel membership. There we go. Thank you so much, Joe. I hope you're doing well. Gifted a membership to Jose Taco. Dengar Renegade says, "Oh my goodness, chicken in my soul." We'll definitely get there. JB says, "I watched Deadpool Wolverine on YouTube today. How come they can post a whole movie for a day before it gets taken down, but you can't post a 30-second clip sometimes on live streams?" It's a good question because YouTube cares about very specific things. Yeah, man. Zephyr says, "Give me that bucket." Absolutely. Don Gaming Live says, "Nice intro." Yeah, this awesome guy named Don Gaming made it. I appreciate you. Go check out Don Gaming Live on YouTube if you haven't already. Possibly this weekend, maybe. I'm not sure yet. We may be playing a game. I also may have gotten a... We'll talk about this weekend. We'll see what happens. Dark Intelligence. Is that a T-Rex? I think it was a T-Rex. What's going on, Dark Intelligence? Dice Dizzle says, "Hey, what's up? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having an amazing stream and night. Much love." Thank you so much, Dice Dizzle. I appreciate you. Gay Carpenter 77 says, "If we get back to streaming Metal Gear Solid, the sauces will pay you a visit." I know. We got to get back to Metal Gear Solid too. I have not forgotten about Sneak Peek. Atomic Patriot says, "Meek, what's going on?" Bruce is in chat. What's going on, Bruce? Welcome in. War Wizard says, "Beardo's Beard is streaming." Nice. Yeah. Pale Horse Hitchhiker says 199, 199, 199. Thank you so much, Pale Horse. Glad you're here. Weasel says, "Rippo's proud of how late Mike is right now," right? Apparently he just woke up. He was sleeping. Rippo's working hard, man. They got the Rippazine #2. I don't know if it's getting released right now or if they're working on it. I think it's being released right now, actually. They just finished their rollout for a Gooding, the Polymath. So yeah, Rippa's busy right now, man. Rippaverse is cruising. So it's firing on all cylinders right now. But yeah, man. What's up, Sissy? Welcome in. Good to see you. Meek is showing feet. I'm not showing my feet pics. No, I don't sell my feet pics. You guys have to ask Savvy what the link is to her feet pics or whatever. Boba Fetish says, "What's up, chat? What's going on, Boba Fetish?" JB said it did sound muffled. What sounded muffled? Did I sound muffled? Oh, the audio. Yeah, that makes it harder for it to detect. So, Z Highness says, "Meek, what's going on?" Oh shit. Here we go. Scared the shit out of me. Escapo says, "Beardo, fat." And then over on Streamlabs, let me pull up my Streamlabs. I didn't even have that open yet. I was still working on it. Yeah, over on Streamlabs, we just got a donation from our boy. Hold on, let me pull this up. Hold on. Yes. Dude, every time I sign out of Streamlabs, I have to give it all my information again and then tell it, yes, it's okay to send me stuff. And that's really fucking annoying. There we go. Here we go. Gatekeeper for $20 says, "What's up, Mike? What's going on, Gatekeeper? welcome in, man. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the $20 over on Streamlabs. It means a lot to me, man. How's the kiddo, Meek? The kiddo's doing good. She's settled in now, man. She's doing a lot better, man. Lord Bolton says, hope you get to 2K soon, man. Just got over 100 subs this weekend myself. Gonna be putting out more videos tonight. Well, congratulations, man. Yeah, I'm trying to do more videos on YouTube now. I know that if you don't do videos, you don't get subs. So I'm trying to do better. We're trying to get the thing working. So say his name and he appears, I believe, in Joe Hendry. Absolutely. Emily Kruger says, happy Tuesday. Hi, Emily. Happy Tuesday. Rita the Cripple says, I'm here meeking it up. I like that that's become a verb, too. Being meek is not just a noun for me. It's a verb. Vex Fear says, sup, Meekle in chat. What's going on? Learn Dan has a thing for feet. Yes, he does, dude. Yes, he does. He was very excited about Savvy's feet, man. The Proficial John Morrow says, Beardo skipped leg day. Yeah, he did. X-Wing for $5 says, you know I'm here, brother. It's a chicken paradise. All right, we'll get to the chicken thing. It's been a hot minute. So our Buffalo Trace says, hail, Epic Mike. What's going on? Our Buffalo, welcome in, buddy. Dylan D says, hello, Mike. Dual streaming you and forging Valorants. Well, thank you. I appreciate you being willing to do that, man. Halo, maybe? Okay. Glyneth with the salute. Tweed Tone says, good to see you back. Yeah, it's good to be back. All right. Thomas Patriot says, can I say that Beardo is gay? You absolutely can. Robert Rodriguez says, Mike, calm down. Hail 199. No, you calm the fuck down. What's going on, man? How you doing, Albert? Cellular Dream says, Meek, when more Sneak Meek. Sneak Meek will be soon, maybe tomorrow. I think we might do Sneak Meek tomorrow. Thanks for correcting my tart spelling, bro. Rippaverse artists have those art goals. Okay, yeah, they're doing okay. Yeah, they're releasing Rip of Zine 2 right now. So, Reset the Cripple member for 2 months. Thank you so much, Reset the Cripple. Says, do you think that the great storytelling of KOTOR outweighs the damage that the interpretation of the Force has done to people's understanding of Star Wars? That's a really great question. We're going to pin that until I catch up with this chat. Then I'm going to answer that question starting off. You said that, like, pictures exist. Apparently they do. Savvy has said that she has feet pics on the internet. I don't know where they are. I don't know where to find them, anything like that. But they do exist on the internet somewhere. So you guys have to go find them yourself. Gatekeeper says, had to show you my love, my guy. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate the hell out of you, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Roblox head Leslie Headland says, what up, Epic Mike? What's going on, Roblox? How you doing? Thomas Ryan says, nothing wrong with liking a little feet action. I'm not judging. We don't judge over here. We try not to kink shame over here, unless that kink is something really bad, like being a furry. Hemorrhoid Hurt says, howdy, friends. Working from home today, so enjoying the live stream. Well, I'm glad you're here. Welcome in. John Morrow's going to talk about leg day. That's wild, bro. Not a Ben in sight. No, Ben doesn't watch my streams, bro. He doesn't like me. You, Beardo, Jeremy, and Jay need to play Chain together. Bro, that might end our friendship. That might end a lot of friendships, bro. Chain together looks rough, bro. I kind of want to try it, though. It does look rough. Tom Patriot says, when is Epic Verse? That's a good question, too. Investigate, Mike? I don't want to investigate, bro. I don't want to investigate. Meek, take my money. I have daughters, too. They are this best blessing for a dad. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Listen, I will never turn down people sending me money, okay? I'm not trying to grift you out of money, but I won't turn it down if you send it to me, okay? So thank you. Grant Foss just subscribed on YouTube, and I think, hold on, we got to check first. We got to confirm this. I think that just did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we just hit 1,700 subscribers on the channel. 1,700 subscribers. You guys are nuts. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. I cannot thank you enough. I am so fucking humbled that you guys are willing to come hang out with me, support me. 1,700 people, man. It took me, you know, almost 2 fucking years to finally get a YouTube channel. And for you guys to show up and show out like this, we've only had the channel around for about 2 months. And for us to grow like this and be blowing up like this just means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, we're gonna have to celebrate. I think we're gonna have to celebrate. But first, real quick, Gatekeeper says, congratulations, bud. You know what? And just became a channel member. Thank you so much, Gatekeeper. I appreciate you. And here we go, guys. Straight up ignore my butter dish question. Jay got to. Really? Did I really? Ask me the question again, and we'll get it. We'll check it out. All right, real quick, we're gonna celebrate. We hit 1,700 subscribers. You know that it's gonna happen. You guys already knew it was happening. So let's just happen. Let's just make it happen right now. Let me turn it up a little bit. All right, here we go. 1,700 subscribers. We're gonna celebrate the little chicken action.
Chicken grease in my soul. That's how I roll. KFC, baby. It's my favorite. Oh,
there we go.
Give me that bucket. I said, give me that bucket. I think, give me that bucket. A finger licking chicken. From Kentucky to the bayou. The flavor's so right. That secret recipe keeps me up all night. Gotta have that punch, that wonderful spice. KFC, baby.
Oh no, I messed it up. I messed it up. I was trying to turn it up a little bit. There we go. This is my favorite part, bro. This is what does it. This is what seals it every time.
Fried and crispy, can't resist me. KFC, a Southern mystery project chicken, finger licking. Come and get it, that clock is ticking. Fried and crispy, don't you miss me. KFC, you're making history. Let's get lost. Oh, keep the coast low. KFC is the gravy gospel. Oh, give me that bucket. I said, give me that bucket. Give me that bucket. Oh, give me that bucket. I said, give me that bucket. Give me that bucket. Oh, give me that bucket.
Thank you guys so freaking much, man. Hair's all over the place now. 1,700 subscribers. We're cruising. Yeah, I think the new state of the channel, I think I'm gonna keep trying to do a couple videos a week. Just shit that I think is important or that I want to talk about. You know, I was working on trying to get some things figured out so that we could do members only streams, and I still want to do that. But for people that didn't know and are needing to get caught up on everything, okay, the reason I haven't streamed in a while, if you didn't already know, my daughter, my wonderful, sweet, youngest daughter, who's a little over a year old now, I think she's 18 months, has a lot of health problems, and she has been living in the hospital for the last year and a half, and that's been very rough on our family. But we've been trying to make it work. We've been trying to keep it together and staying busy and trying to occupy ourselves and visiting her when we could. But now she is home officially. That was a very exciting thing. It's a huge victory for us to finally get her home, get her stable, get her, getting her comfortable. And now that we're home, we're adjusting to that. She requires a lot of care, a lot of time and effort and work to keep her comfortable, keep her safe, keep her healthy. And we're just adjusting to that schedule now. So in the coming weeks, we'll get a better schedule down of what we want to do. I already had plans to try to get some people. I want to start doing like a show where we have people on and talk to people. I want to do some one-on-one streams where we just hang out and talk to like individual people one-on-one that are in our circles or even out of our circles, just different people, find a subject to talk about and we just geek out about that subject for a little while. I want to get some more gaming streams, maybe some stuff. I thought about maybe making Vatman a members only stream going forward and bringing back Vatman because I fucking love those streams. But there's just not a lot of space for it right now when we're doing Metal Gear. Metal Gear has just been blowing up. I know you guys fucking love Metal Gear. And I want to keep that energy going. Forgive me, I had to turn on my fan. But yeah, so we're kind of just trying to adjust and make sure that everything that we have and everything that we're doing is what you guys want to do, and make sure that the stream feels like you guys want it to feel. So yeah, man, I appreciate you guys so much. Let me get caught up with the chat too. What was your butter dish question, JB? Everybody's saying give me that bucket. What's up, General Duality? Appreciate it. Currently far too broke to send financial support to you, Mike. I'd do it if I could. Bro, You never have to. I have said this a million times on this channel. I'll say it a million more times. It is never required. It is always appreciated. It's not even expected. You guys don't ever have to send me any money. I always appreciate it when you do. It is always helpful. I won't lie and say that I don't like that it doesn't help. It's never required. If you guys never sent me any money and we just hung out and just chilled and had a good time, that would be fine too, man. I'd be having a good time. I was streaming for every day for months without having the channel monetized. You know, I'm not. That's not the end all be all of everything. So I very much appreciate you. I never want you to feel guilty. There was a story recently, and I actually kind of want that, but it makes me want to pull that up. I don't know if it was super chats. What was it? There was a guy recently, and I gotta see if I can find it. There was a guy that was sending in. He went into debt recently. He went into debt sending. Was it? Yeah, here it is. Okay. I'm gonna pull this up. We'll talk about this a little bit actually, because I think this is important to have a conversation about. Let's get caught up on chat real quick. But Atomic Patriot, I just appreciate you being here and hanging out with me, man. I gotta admit, this channel has the best music. Well, I appreciate that, bro. I'm trying. I know I ruined it for everybody. I threw off my groove. I get it. Fat Beardo singing this in the car every day when he's hitting up the drive-thru, right, bro? KFC does sound good. I haven't had KFC in so fucking long. We're gonna have to do something about that soon. Where do you go to create AI music? I didn't create it. I think it was made on. Oh fuck! What is the name of it? Is it Sonar? It's not. Hold on. I think it was made on Suno. Yeah, Suno.ai or .com is like a. It's like a AI language model, and you can make songs on it. Let me pull up Suno here. So this is Suno. And this is the website, and you can go on it. You can make AI music about anything, is what it says. So like, here's a, we'll pull up this one. This is just called "Ain't Got a Nickel, Ain't Got a Dime." I have no idea what this song is. Oh, hold on. There we go.
Like I'm falling behind. Woke up this morning, troubles on my mind.
So this is like an AI generated song on Suno.
Work hard all week, but the money's all gone. Can't catch a break, feeling like I don't belong. Ain't got a nickel, ain't got a dime. Living on hope in these tough times.
So like that's what Suno does, and you can go on there. I think that's where that Beats by AI was doing it. That's where that song came from. I've never done it myself. I've never had it generate a song for me. I'm sure that could be really fun. So AI is weird. I know some people get really upset about that kind of stuff. You know, making music is tough. It's a lot of work, and I know that some people feel like things like AI making music and AI making songs kind of I don't know, is off-putting or frustrating. But I don't know. It's one of those things. I think that it has uses for what it is. So, better not be apologizing, mate. Family comes first. We understand. I'm not necessarily apologizing in a way that's like me feeling bad about it. I like streaming. I enjoy this. I do internet stuff pretty much full time now. That's my life. And so when I'm not doing it, in my downtime, if I'm not doing something like occupying myself with like, my daughter and stuff, I want to stream. I want to be on and streaming and hanging out with you guys. So when I don't get to do that, that's kind of a bummer. I get bummed out. So, but I'm very glad she's home. Thank you guys for the prayers. I know you guys have been praying and holding me up and holding the family up. What's up, Loquacious? What's up, Crazy Landlow? What's up, Binary Recoil? Welcome in. You'll play Chain together with Beardo. I'll reach out to Beardo. I'll see if he wants to do that. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. So you're good people, Mike. I like that filthy Beardo. That's wild. Listen, I support people I like on YouTube. Have you not seen the streamers I support? We do it because we love who we want to support. So don't think we think you guys ask. Well, I appreciate that. I just know the internet's a fucked up place, and a lot of people get taken advantage of, and I never want you guys to feel like that. I want it to be very clear how I feel about stuff. Sup, Mike, Epic Mike. It's Drew Outstanding. Great to meet you at MegaCon and follow your upward climb. Keep up the great work. It'll pay off. Well, thank you so much, Drew. Dude, I appreciate you. You were awesome. Yeah, we met Drew at Comic-Con, not Comic-Con, MegaCon, and then I think I also met you at the first Big Geeks and Gamers meetup that they had in Orlando, and you were awesome, man. I appreciate you. Awesome guy to talk to and hang out with, so I'm not in debt. Baldwin Finger, possibly. Xanaximus. Oh, shit, we're still catching up on chat. Just dropped 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Xanaximus. Hope you're doing well, man. Gifted memberships to Eddie Symbol, Canman 1984, Lucas Cates, Westward Smile, and the Milkman. Thank you so much, Glenneth. I appreciate the hell out of you. All you can eat KFC where I live? What? I need all you can eat KFC, bro. That sounds so good, bro. Oh my gosh. Just fried chicken in general. People refuse to adapt to the changing ecosystem. They'll never become evolutionary dead ends. That is very true. AI is rad. Yes. It's pretty easy on there. You just tell the style of music and give it what you want about the song. Okay. Well, I'll have to check that out. I'll see what I can. We'll see if we can cook something up on that. You don't let me picture in picture with a VPN on. Yeah, they're super hinky about that stuff, man. What's going on, JR? Welcome in. Someone who has sung at Carnegie Hall, AI and autotune are trash. You've sung at Carnegie Hall? Mass Graves, you got to tell us about that. You can't just drop that and then not tell us more. You got to tell us more, bro. What's up, King Deplorable? What's up, Nagradnall? AI music just gets very formulaic outside of the KFC song. It's very difficult for me to find anything that's really catchy. Yeah, that KFC song was just kind of like a weird one, and I liked it specifically because it's about a very niche thing. You know, it's not just like some like, ooh, this song could be about anything and could be like on the radio. It's like, that's like a commercial song, you know? Real issues that 3 large tech companies are scraping the internet to teach their AI. That's true. Disbrew says, time to make a KFC song about going to war with McDonald's. The Great McWar. That's not a bad idea. Let me write this down in my notes. I'll see what I can craft out of that. Let's see, KFC, McDonald's. What's going on, Disbrew? How you doing, buddy? I love that. The Great McWar. Shout out Mike says, from Brian Dion, can't wait to see you again at MegaCon. Yeah, dude, I'm definitely excited for next year's MegaCon. That's going to be exciting. I'm not confirming anything. I may have an event I'll be at this year. I'm not saying when it's going to happen yet, but I'm just saying, you know, to answer another question I was asked earlier, when a certain thing is ready to be launched, there will definitely be an event. And if that event happens this year, I will be at said event. And we'll hopefully have some other people that want to come to said event with us, because it's going to be kind of a big deal. So we'll keep in touch about that one. And Reset the Cripple asked, and I want to catch up with that question here real quick. Do you think that the great storytelling of KOTOR outweighs the damage that interpretation of the Force has done to people's understanding of Star Wars? I think it has. I think that is a really good question. And you make it worth watching when you watch D&D Daily. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm trying to provide something entertaining. So, yeah, you guys are bringing up SpaceCon, San Antonio. Might be a little bit more local. I'm not saying anything yet. I'm not saying that anything's happening. I'm saying that if some things get lined up, if some things get lined up, if some things get finished, if everything is the way we want it to be, that there might be a thing happening this year still. Maybe closer to the end of the year, you guys can go to and participate on. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything more because nothing's confirmed. I'm just saying that there could be something on the horizon. Okay, that's all. As far as the KOTOR thing, so I love KOTOR 1 and 2. I think they're great games. They're some of my favorite Star Wars stories that are out there. I fucking love them. and there's definitely some lore breaking stuff in there's some canon breaking stuff as far as how the force works, how the light side and dark side works, things like that. That I think sometimes get taken. What's the word? Okay, it's like what's happening right now with like the comic book stuff. So they announced, Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom. And everybody's like, wait, what? That's weird. Doctor Doom, Iron Man isn't Doctor Doom. Iron Man is Iron Man, blah, blah, blah. So then all these people that don't really actually know anything about comic books go and they dig up a comic book where Doctor Doom assumes the identity of Iron Man. Like he becomes Iron Man. He takes over as Iron Man. And people go, see, it's been done in the comic books before, so that justifies it. And that makes it totally okay to do. Like, it's okay, guys, because it already happened in the comic books, okay? So that's totally normal. Regardless of whether or not that comic book was any good or people liked it or anything. And this happens a lot across the board. And this has been happening a lot with Doctor Doom. I'm going to pull this up here. I'm going to actually see if I can find it on Twitch. I'll see how big this guy's, I don't know if he's been getting a ton of responses about it, but basically this guy went through and said, hey, I want you guys to send me a lot of the screenshots that people use to justify or talk about comics and stuff. Yeah. Comic pages that non-comic readers never stop using. And one of them is this one, and this is a very popular one that I've been seeing a lot, is this right here. This is Doctor Doom engaging with Thanos, and then Thanos is talking shit, and he punches Thanos in the chest and rips his spine out of his body, and he kills him. Okay, this is God Doom, like, and basically he was like imbued with the power of a god. I haven't read this comic series. I know a little bit about it because I've seen these pages before, and I know a little bit about that. Doctor Doom gets a major power up. And so now everybody's like, see, Doctor Doom is like one of the most powerful characters in the MCU. He can fight anybody, and he can punch and beat anybody if he wanted to, and stuff like that. And so you get a bunch of people, and I don't want it to sound mean, but I do kind of want it to sound mean. You get a bunch of casuals that don't know anything about Doctor Doom, trying to talk shit about Thanos and act like Thanos is some kind of bitch, some kind of like bitch nigga to swing on, like Thanos isn't like a galactic level threat. Thanos is no fucking joke, man. Like, people forget about that. Thanos is like not some like side character or some bad guy like in the MCU. People don't realize in the MCU version of Thanos, heavily nerfed. Just Thanos without the Infinity Gauntlet is no joke. Is not some guy to go toe to toe with. Okay? Doctor Doom is a very powerful villain. He's got a lot of interesting abilities. He's got a lot of gadgets. He's very intelligent. He's like the third most intelligent being in the MCU. He's good at magic, all this shit. Doctor Doom is very powerful. But Doctor Doom is just a man. Okay? Doctor Doom can be beaten. He can be killed. He can be defeated. The Fantastic Four are his rivals. They beat him often. Okay? It does happen. But what happens a lot of times is when people get access to something new or people get excited about an idea, they go and find a thing that does it's confirmation bias. They go and find a thing that confirms their bias. Real quick, I want to say this while I'm kind of on a rant. So, welcome in Jimmy Collins. What's going on? Hi Anna, welcome in. Horny Alf says something about my Afro being sexy. What's going on, Horny Alf? I appreciate that. What's up, Dan? Dan Vass says, greetings, angry man inside my phone. What's going on? Oh, Snakes, welcome in. The Doom as Iron Man makes no sense to tap for casting RDJ as Victor. That's my thing. And then I think there's maybe a comic book somewhere where Iron Man becomes Doctor Doom, I think, but that's the thing. Okay, this is gonna be a rant. We got a rant incoming. Okay, I'm gonna get a little fired up about this, and this is all Reset the Cripple's fault. Okay, he did this to me. Here's the thing. Whenever a new thing happens, okay, whenever a new thing comes along, people get excited about it. The MCU right now, people are really fucking hyped from Deadpool and Wolverine. It is doing well. It's making a lot of money at the box office. People love Robert Downey Jr. People are excited to see him back. People are excited about all that stuff, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. people talk about that a lot. Hold on, let me catch up with this. Since he's replacing Kang, essentially they're much more likely using the storyline where an evil Tony from another universe made Doom-like armor and fought the Avengers. Gotcha. That's probably what's happening. Yeah. How does it improve the fact that they brought back a guy who died like it was nothing? Yeah, like, that's the thing, dude. I don't understand. I get it. I get people want to be excited and people want a confirmation bias. They want to say, hey, here's a thing and here's proof of why my thing is a good thing to do or why my thing is a good idea to take. My thing is this, you don't get to pick and choose to an extent. You don't get to just pick and choose when to affirm something being comic book accurate and when to not, okay? And I mean that because the MCU has significantly deviated from storylines. Like the Infinity War storyline is nothing like the Infinity War storyline in the comic book. Thanos in the comic books already has the gauntlet, already does his shit with the gauntlet, and then people have to fight him and deal with him. Adam Warlock is like fundamentally the cornerstone of that story. Nebula is a totally different character in the comic books than she is in Guardians of the Galaxy. The way she interacts with Thanos is very different. Thanos is basically like simping for death that whole comic line storyline, trying to get her to like be impressed with him and love him and like him for what he is. And she's like, yeah, this kind of shit's boring. And he's like, no, you don't understand. The man makes himself his own wife. Thanos is kind of a mess in the comic book, okay? And the way that the fight goes, the way that the Avengers and all these characters deal with him is very different than the way he is in the movies. Do people like the movies? Absolutely. Is there anything wrong with that? No. But to try to justify something against people that have critiques of it is not fair when you're going to try to use comic books that you haven't read or don't know hardly anything about to justify why they're making the decisions they did. Because a lot of times these guys are not reading comic books and don't care. You know, James Gunn, for as much as he could say he's a huge fan of comic books and stuff, he does not adapt these characters the way that they are in the comic books. He takes characters like Star-Lord and Peacemaker, you know, and the Rat King and Polka Dot Man, and he makes them something different that fits his vision of the story he's writing. He does not take them from the comic books and figure out how do these comic book characters fit best in my story. He takes them and goes, what comic book characters can I put in my story and how can I make them fit the storyline that I want? And so a lot of times what happens is arguments start where people go say things like, I'm not a fan of Robert Downey Jr. being cast as Doom. I don't like that because he already played Iron Man. How are they going to justify this? People go, well, in the comic books, this thing happened already. So, you know, it's comic book accurate. It's like the argument that I've had with a lot of people, regardless of whether you agree with me or not, you don't have to. I'm not a particular fan of Falcon becoming Captain America. I think Falcon staying Falcon and getting the shield is more interesting than Falcon taking on the mantle of Captain America, because I don't really particularly agree with certain characters getting mantles. It's like Spider-Man. I've said this before on this stream. I've said it on other streams. The only way you become Spider-Man is if you get bit by a radioactive spider and get spider powers, or some other weird event gives you spider powers, and then you can say, hey, cool, I'm like a spider, so I could be Spider-Man. Okay? And then maybe Peter Parker retires and you go, hey, I have spider powers, I can take over as Spider-Man. If you don't have spider powers and you take over as Spider-Man, you're not really Spider-Man. You're some other character wearing Spider-Man's costume. Okay? So this idea of mantles only works in certain characters. Iron Man, is Tony Stark Iron Man or is the suit Iron Man? It's kind of a mix of both, you know, because somebody else in the suit might make a different decision, make a different choice. It's why you give other characters that have power armor that are not Iron Man. Okay? It's one of those things. But a lot of times what happens is legacy characters, and the argument for legacy characters, the argument for mantles being passed down is because they don't want to lose, these comic book writers don't want to either write a new character or come up with a new character story or a new identity, and they want the previous established identities to exist. So you have Batman, a series of Batman, you're on episode or issue 85 of Batman, and Bruce Wayne dies or gets kidnapped or disappears, and so somebody else takes over for Batman. Well, you can still write the Batman comics, okay? There's still Batman comics. But if Batman dies and nobody takes over his mantle and then Nightwing steps into it, it's not a Batman comic anymore. It's Nightwing. It's a Nightwing issue. It's Nightwing comics that you're following, and Batman exists in the background, or Batman may come back one day or whatever. You know, so there's a lot of that is justification for making certain decisions and making certain creative storytelling decisions. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily always a bad thing either, but what happens is people that don't know anything about comics will try to use those things and use panels like this to justify why a decision is being made and argue for it, whether it's a good decision or not. You know, there are bad comic books. There are comic book ideas that are terrible, that are not executed well. And people go, yeah, but in this issue of this comic, this thing happened. So that means it's canon and we can justify it. And then they find out that that issue sold like 20 copies because nobody liked it. And then now what? Now the whole fan base rejected it. Or they find out that it was like a really extenuating circumstance that even happened. Like Doom becoming a god and being able to go toe-to-toe with Thanos and rip his spine out of his asshole. That doesn't happen very often. Let me catch up with super chats real quick, and I'm gonna scroll back down because I've been talking a lot, and I'm way behind on chat. Horny Alf for $10 says, "Hail Mike, I'm 29 away from 500 subs." Well, that's awesome, Horny Alf. You guys go over and show Horny Alf some love. Get him there. 29 subs. He's almost there, man. That's rad. Congratulations. A Sailor Dream for 199 says, "Dan Vasquez is gay." Yeah, I think Dan knows. Well, I don't know. Dan Vasquez is not very gay if he's wanting to look at women's feet. Dan was really swinging on that at the fences to try to get a picture of Savvy's feet. So, you know. Astro Chain says, "I think it's fake hype." I don't think it's fake. I think people are legitimately excited to see Tony come back, and I think that that's totally fair. I think you should be excited to see Robert Downey Jr. come back to the MCU. He did a great job, but Sacrifice was what it was. You know, going back and having Robert Downey Jr. come back for a cameo in like the past or something maybe, but having him come back in the future, kind of weird. And the multiverse like variant thing, I think is kind of a weak way to bring him back. So, Gay Carpenter for 77 for $2 says, "Dan loves Twinkle Toes." Yeah, apparently. It's kind of wild, man. What are Twinkle Toes? I don't know, Dan, but you apparently like them. So, I am a casual when it comes to comics, but I can't wrap my head around Robert Downey Jr. casting as Doctor Doom. Yeah. I don't know much about Doctor Doom, so I can't say anything. Isn't Nebula the one that defeats Thanos? Yeah, she is. She takes the gauntlet for herself for a little bit. Yeah. My opinion is way more powerful than the hand snap happened when no one knew what was happening, including the heroes. Yeah, that fucking Thanos went and did this whole thing, and nobody knew what the fuck he was doing, and then he was like, "Yo, bitches, I did a thing," and everybody's like, "Yo, no." So, yeah, it's pretty wild. You don't even have the super serum. How can it be Captain America? It's not a dude with a shield. Yeah, like that's why I like Falcon more. I think Falcon with the shield is really cool, and I really like that concept of him carrying on Captain America's legacy as his own hero, erasing Falcon to make him Captain America. I'm just not a fan of that. I don't like that they did that. So. Tom Cooper says, "I think they're going to use this opportunity to make Dr. Doom some sort of redeemed villain. Doomstar could learn about how Iron Man we know sacrificed himself, pushing him to be an anti-hero. And that means we only get one movie maybe with Dr. Doom and Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom. I don't want to see him redeemed. I want Dr. Doom to be the villain. I want Victor Von Doom. I want him to be the bad guy that we know and love, and for him to, put boots to asses in the MCU. I think we deserve that. So... Lord Botha, member for 2 months, says, "Mike, you want to look up the woke Flintlock Siege on stream? BD player count numbers is shocking." I heard that the numbers are like abysmal for that game. I heard that they're really bad. Horny Alf, RDJ being Doom is going to confuse the hell out of the normies. That's me. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be confused. Well, Mike, I didn't know we're on such similar wavelength. Yeah, man, we're doing it. You know? Your froze extra vibrant, Mike. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Which makes more sense, Kraven in Spider-Man suit or Falcon in Captain America suit? So here's the thing. This is the reason why I like this. This is a good comparison. To me, Kraven in the Spider-Man suit wasn't because Spider-Man wasn't capable of being Spider-Man or he was struggling as a hero, and Kraven's like, "It's okay, I'll take the mantle of Spider-Man." No, what Kraven did was, he's like, "I'm bored. I need something to hunt. Spider-Man seems like the perfect prey for me." He hunts Spider-Man down, shoots him, and then you think Spider-Man's fucking dead, and then he puts the suit on because he's bored, and he's like, "Yeah, basically, I'm going to live the life of my prey. I'm going to, like, be Spider-Man now. I'm going to show people that I'm just as capable as my prey." That's kind of a cool concept, because Kraven was kind of struggling. Because at the end of that comic book, if I remember correctly, he blows his brains out at the end of it. because he's depressed and he doesn't have anything else going on in his life. And then you find out he actually trank darted Spider-Man, and Spider-Man comes back to life and defeats him and blah blah blah. But like that's the whole thing, you know. So Kraven in the spider suit is more of an interesting concept to me than Falcon as Captain America, because I want Falcon to be Falcon, and him with the shield and him carrying on the legacy of Steve Rogers is fascinating, and I love that concept, but not as him becoming Captain America, but as him as Falcon carrying on the legacy and making a name for himself. How badass would it be though if you open up, what's up TJ, if you open up a Spider-Man movie, or you like open up a Spider-Man teaser trailer and it's Spider-Man in the costume or whatever, and he's like running around and maybe he's using his web shooters and shit like that, and he lands on top of a building and he pulls his mask off and it's fucking Kraven, and then you see like him looking out at like a giant like monitor like in Times Square or something, and it says Spider-Man dead, you know. That would be the coolest fucking thing ever. That would be like such a great way to do things. So Mike acts like this is all about him. It is all about me. What's up, Crimson? Come on, buddy. Men have feet too, yeah, but I don't think a lot of people want to look at men's feet. So random card to make it work won't be there. I don't think it will be. That's the unfortunate part. So Tanga steals Sevi from that giant 6'8" loser she married. Yeah, right. Like that'll happen. I'm not excited. It reeks of desperate and creativity bankrupt. Yeah. Can you leave all day the fuck alone? He's dope. Dude, it's all good, man. We're just messing with Dan. You had a stream burp? Did you really? Oh shit. That's rough. Becoming very evident Kevin Feige doesn't know what he's doing. He's figuring something out, man. Excuse me. Damn, I'm just coughing. What's up, Keenan? How you doing, buddy? Welcome in. I gotta catch up on chat, dude. Alright, walk a mile in his webbed feet. Have a good night, all. Bedtime for me. Enjoy the rest of Mike's rant. Hey, thank you so much, Anna. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. It's the multiverse, bro. Anything can happen. Anyone can do anything in one of those infinite realities. I mean, that's true. But yeah, man, like, I don't know. For me, I'm not a huge, what's up, Daniel Moore? I'm not a super big, for context, that's my cultural question because I'm playing Star Wars as I'm watching. Yeah, no, that's fair. Like, I'm not a huge comic book reader. I've read comic books. Not a ton of them, but I've read a lot of or like a decent amount of comic books over the years. And I like comics. I think comics are awesome. But the least I could do when something happens is to go, okay, where's the inspiration for this coming? Or is this a valid thing? Or I want to understand this, you know? But the thing is, it's not just about how can I justify my own attitudes about that. It goes, okay, who is Star-Lord? You know, Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out. Who are the Guardians of the Galaxy? Let me read about these guys. Maybe I could find some comics and read about them and see what's going on. And then I could learn more about them. But then you find out, you know what? A lot of these Guardians of the Galaxy, they are not like their counterparts at all. In fact, they're very, very different. Like, Yondu is a very different character in the comic books than he is in the movies. And, like, so me trying to justify things that are being made, creative decisions that are being made, and trying to say, well, it's in the comics, that's justifiable, doesn't mean that it's a good decision, because the rest of the storylines that we're getting and the rest of the storylines we're seeing are not comic book accurate. So then at that point, what point does, like, their deviation not justify the decisions they make that are comic book accurate? You know? I don't know. You know, it's one of those things, like in The Boys is a good example. Is the content of The Boys is very accurate to the comic books and the source material, as far as the political commentary, as far as the violence and stuff like that, and the sex. But at the same time, the storyline has deviated significantly from the comic books. You know, at this point, Homelander's already president. You know, at this point, Black Noir is a clone of Homelander, which he's not in the show, and all this stuff. There's a lot of deviation from the storylines in that. You know, Butcher has powers. A lot of people don't know this. Butcher and Mother's Milk have powers in the comic books. In fact, Mother's Milk's powers, and the reason it's called Mother's Milk in the first place, is because he has his mom's breast milk that gives him superpowers. So he has his mom like hooked up to a machine in his basement so he could keep drinking her breast milk. That's how that happens in the comic books. It's wild shit. Butcher is like a low rent superhero, or like superpowered human being, or a superpowered being. And that's how he fights, you know, is able to deal with Homelander sometimes. you know? But a lot of people don't know that stuff. So people just assume, oh, well, you know, the comic books are like very political. I'm like, yeah, but the comic books existed as something very different than the show does. He milks his mom, bro. Yeah. It's fucked up, bro. It's weird as fuck. Been streaming Fallout London. It's been great. I've heard Fallout London's a lot of fun. Disbrew, you gotta let me know if you play Fallout London, what you think about it. I like the idea behind the What If series, but in the multiverse, that is just all What If. Yes, that's exactly it. I like What If stories. What If stories are fun. You know, it's funny because there's a Spider-Man game for PlayStation. I don't remember what it's. I think it's just called Spider-Man. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. PlayStation 1. What was it called? Yeah, this is called Spider-Man. Let me see if I can I'll pull up the screenshot of it. Because you guys are like, this is like a blast from the past. A lot of people would know this game. Yeah, this is a Spider-Man game that was for PlayStation, and I played this. And one of my favorite things in this game was, first of all, they had a bunch of different comic or costumes. Oh shit, I'm being raided again. Normally without you, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. In this comic book series, well, in this game, they have a gameplay system that you can unlock called What If mode, where like there's a bunch of weird shit going on and like goofy shit that happens and some deviations of this main storyline. And that was like really fun. And you get to meet Otua the Watcher for the first time. I don't know if I pronounced his name right, but yeah. Like, so the What If stuff is really cool, but when you do multiverse like this, everything like this percent is What If, and so you can just bring in whoever you want and make up whoever you want and just say, yeah, there it is, man. You know, Tweetone says, I'm so burnt out of Marvel movies. Deadpool and Wolverine was mid, not even close to Spider-Man No Way Home. Multiverse is boring. I personally really like Deadpool and Wolverine. I had a really great time with it, but you know, if you didn't like it, I get it. You know, I just thought it was fun for what it was. But I also felt like it was very close to Deadpool from Fox, and closer to that than like a Marvel Deadpool. So, anyone know if the Lego Star Wars, Jurassic World, Harry Potter games are safe from woke? I don't know. I've never played them. Oh, well, I've played some of the Lego Star Wars. I mean, I think they are. The Lego Star Wars has like all the characters in it, especially the most recent one that they did. It has like all the characters in it, including like Cara Dune and stuff. So, those stories definitely work better in isolation. Yeah, What If stories are better when they're just like one-offs. Theater was full of normies, pissed me off how many people got rock hard over the cameos. See, I liked the cameos. I thought they were fun. I was glad to see them. I'm not spoiling them yet because we had a spoiler talk already, but I'm just waiting for Good Eyeing and Horseman. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I got my copy of Good Eyeing coming in the mail. Shout out to Flash for that. Joe CA1 Pureblood says studios today don't have the guts that they once had. During the 70s, at the height of Star Wars, Glenn Larson created Battlestar Galactica. The public accepted both as unique sci-fi adventures. Yes, that's absolutely true. Yeah, he milks his mom, bro. He's not a clone in the show? That's weird. No, in the show, Black Noir is some dude that Soldier Boy, who is Homelander's father in the show. I don't know if he is in the comics or not. Abuses and then like damages his like face or whatever, so he's like a mute or something. I don't know, it's weird. The comics are weird, bro. Got like 9 copyright audios found in a bloody Star Wars game playthrough. Thanks, Disney. Yeah, dude, the copyright system is fucking broke. The books are really bad. Gareth and it kind of overrated in my opinion. I mean, that's fair. Just some of the stuff I've heard about the comic books is kind of fucked up. So I've been downloading it, but I've not played it yet. Okay, I'm just curious to see what you think about it. So thank you so much again, Nomi. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, it was also on Dreamcast. Yeah. The procurement of companionship for monetary gain is not a task of simplicity. Yeah. I like Mommy Milker, so I think it's cool. I mean, listen, man, if you're into breast milk, man, and go for it. I remember playing the Ultimate Spider-Man on original Xbox. That was fun. Yeah, dude. Ultimate Spider-Man was fun. I love Web Swinging the Sky. Yeah. That game also has like one of my favorite like boss fights or boss endings when Doc Ock gets taken over by Carnage and he starts chasing you and all you can fucking do is run away. and like they changed the camera angle, so like it's all backwards now. Instead of you like moving forward, running away from Doc Ock, you're running like forward. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find the yeah, here it is right here actually. Oh god. Fucking another commercial. Bro, there's so many Kamala Harris commercials. Stop. I know can't show all of this, but man, I don't care. Too busy playing NES. I mean, that's fair. About Deadpool Wolverine, I mean, I have figured, bro. Kick O Snakes, he's calling me names. I'm not gonna call anybody names. Don't fight in the chat. I don't have the time for it. Yo, what's up, Arcasul? Welcome in, buddy. There's also been a world where so many of these franchises are so antagonistic towards fans. Deadpool and Wolverine stand up being actually grateful for its fans, giving fans everything they wanted. For Ferguson, that's kind of how I felt. So I did play Spider-Man Friend or Foe a little bit too. I just wanted I played it so I could get the achievements for it. All right, let me pull this up real quick. Web of Shadows was also fun, yes. The Spider, because that was the one that had Spider-Man Noir in it. Let me pull this up. All right. Yeah, so like Doc Ock gets taken over by Carnage. And the noise he makes is creepy. Hold on, let me see if I can find where he takes over. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, and then you have to like run through these tunnels and like, dude, oh my god. Like this shit was terrifying. And like this is the fucking camera that you had to like go through to like get away. And you could run out of web fluid in this. And so you're like terrified because you could like run out of web fluid any fucking time. God, dude, I remember the shit out of this. Shit, I didn't have the sound on. Let me play it back. You can hear it now. Hold on, let me go back. Let me go a little farther and you can hear it.
Yes.
At least I won't get copyright struck for it.
This is going critical.
Dude, the noises as a kid. Dude, this guy's terrible at playing this fucking game. Oh shit, bro. Over on Streamlabs, another donation from Gatekeeper. Holy shit. Bro, you didn't have to do that. Thank you. Gatekeeper for 20 says, gotta take it in, bud. A lot of driving to do tomorrow. I'll be checking you out though. Wishing you continued success and good health for yourself and your family. Gatekeeper, thank you so much, man. Be safe on the road tomorrow. I appreciate the hell out of you. And man, thank you for checking me out and hanging out with us, man. That means a lot. It really does. Thank you, thank you, thank you. PS1 textures, no, they're not helping, but dude, when he comes through like these doors, so you like shut these doors, and the way he just like breaks through them all, if you get far enough ahead of him, when you go through all those doors, he just like breaks through every single one of them, and it's just like do. I was like, oh my god, as a kid, dude, I was so fucking stressed, man. Damon Knox says, damn bro, I'm not saying it's me playing, but I hope he didn't offend you. No, he just like, he's garbage, bro. Like he just like keeps like, I just remember playing this as a kid and not struggling as bad. But anyways, yeah, dude, this game was wild. This shit was wild. Like I was terrified as a kid, but I fucking love that game. Don't you talk ill on PS1 textures? Dude, I just played Metal Gear Solid 1. I'm not talking shit about PS1 textures. Listen, you got to do what you got to do with it. So, oh yeah. And like, yeah, there's yeah, that game was wild. Dude, that Spider-Man game is actually a lot of fun. If like you can ever go back through and find that Spider-Man game, and play it, dude, that game was actually a lot of fucking fun, and there's a lot of depth to it. Like all the different costumes that you can wear in the game. They even like dug up the Amazing Bag Man, and you can put that on as a costume. They all have different abilities and different stats and stuff like that. But that's actually a really fun Spider-Man game. And then there's like obviously the GOAT to me is Spider-Man 2. Not the recent Spider-Man 2, but the one that came out for the video game. Spider-Man 2 is like one of the best fucking superhero video games ever. So PS1 is one of the best consoles of all time. I don't disagree. PS1 is pretty fucking good. So did Beardo finish Metal Gear Solid 1? He did, and I beat him. I beat him solidly by like a whole fucking 3 hours. I have not beaten Metal Gear Solid 2 yet, Dan. I'm actually still playing through it. I was taking a little bit of a break, but we'll be back to it probably tomorrow. Because I am fucking enjoying it, and I really want to get to Metal Gear Solid 3, because that's a lot of people's favorites, and I'm kind of excited about it. So, I love PS1 games like Tenchu and Taifu. Dude, Taifu! I am so glad you mentioned that game. I have talked about this fucking game so much, and nobody remembers. Listen, I was supposed to open the stream doing a Trump impersonation, and I forgot, my bad, but, like, listen, Taifu, it's a very good game. A lot of people don't remember it. It's about a tiger. He fights, he does kung fu, he does tiger fu. He fights snakes and dragons. He fights monkeys. He takes monkey powers. It's a pretty good game. A lot of people don't remember it. I remember. I played a lot of that game. A lot of people don't remember that game. What's funny about this game too, if I open it up, like, and show you what the, like, opening of it looks like, this game 1000% inspired Kung Fu Panda, because it's fucking DreamWorks that made it. That was also what was wild, was that it was DreamWorks that did this game. See if I can find it here.
We would be honored.
Yeah, Taifu, Wrath of the Tiger. Dude, I fucking love this game as a kid, man. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, like so you go around and like you beat up like you'd have to like beat up these snake creatures, and then like you were like a tiger cub who was abandoned by your clan. They like disappeared, or I think your clan died, and you were taken in by these pandas, and they raised you and like taught you how to fight and do kung fu and stuff. And then this like dragon shows up and like fucks up like the this is the bad guy, the main bad guy, this dragon here.
Stop! This temple is sacred. You cannot just enter and
Bro.
defile it at your will. Moping. I was told a tiger had.
Dude, yeah, this game was, you're a gay furry who beats off snakes. Yeah. And basically when you beat up other, like, you fight these other masters, there's like monkey, there's a, fuck, what were all the different ones? There's a leopard, I think. Hold on, let me pull up the, you fight like, yeah, monkey, you fight a crane, shit, which are all of them? They don't even have all of them. But anyways, you can combine those different abilities and get different like skills and abilities from beating those masters. Yeah, in this game, yeah, it was done by fucking DreamWorks, and it absolutely inspired Kung Fu Panda, and it was such a fucking blast, dude. Yeah, it was, I was actually a pretty fun game. So Taifu, I'm so glad somebody mentioned that, dude. And yes, Activision before they were absolute garbage, bro. Yes. The OG Spider-Man 2 game was amazing, but the first one has a special place to me. I like the first Spider-Man game, but Spider-Man 2 was just, it walked where a lot of games could run. So bro's kind of trash. I hope he reconsiders some things before uploading. That's wild, bro. Yeah, Toby Spider-Man 2, yeah. Just ready to own a PS2 for once and get another PS1. I'm ready to start game collecting again. Yeah, dude, that would be rad. What is the best Spider-Man game? I think Spider-Man 2 is at the top of the list for me. Yeah, Spider-Man is at the top of the list for me, or Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is actually really good. You get to play as Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Man Noir, Symbiote Spider-Man, and then regular Spider-Man. That one was actually a really good one too. I also really liked Ultimate Spider-Man, where you got to switch between Spider-Man and Venom. I think that was a really good one. But if I just had to like absolutely pick one, it's probably Spider-Man 2 from 2004. Spider-Man 2 It's just so fucking good. Even now it kind of slaps. So, thank you so much playing through those games for the first time, dude. It's been a blast. Those games are a lot. I was actually kind of surprised, and also Kojima is a fucking sadist. Yeah, he's a kinky, freaky sadist who decided to also get into making video games. So 90s comics may be mid, but the video games and cartoons are awesome. Yeah. We don't ever answer. Does he think leg day is when you go to a chicken place and only eat legs? I mean, maybe. It's okay. I forgive you, Meek. It's always appreciated. Well, thank you. I appreciate your forgiveness. We need more Tenchu games. Also, Bushido Blade. I don't know if I ever played Bushido Blade. Bushido Blade. That sounds really fucking familiar, though. No, I never played Bushido Blade. This looks rad, though. That's wild. Old games are the best. They were actually hard to learn, and it was always trial and error until you figured it out. Nowadays, there's a guide or walkthrough for absolutely everything. That's true. So sad the Taifu isn't in the PS3 store. Yeah, man. It's hard to find it. I don't hear a lot of people ever even talk about that game. So, see, it was Trump talking just now. That's, dude, no. Recipes 360. I remember my first 360 being my dad's friend 360. The Red Ring of Death. Those were the days. Yeah, I had one 360 my whole entire, like, during that whole entire cycle. My buddy got a Modern Warfare 2 special edition, and he gave it to me because he got the new ones when they got the new ones that had like the touch button and stuff on it. So he gave me his old one, and it came with Fallout 4 and some other fucking game I don't even remember. And or not Fallout 4, Fallout 3, and I played the shit out of Fallout 3. And that game, that Xbox lasted me. I still have it somewhere, I think, in like storage or something. But that Xbox ran. No, my sister has it actually now. That Xbox fucking ran for a long time. And the only time I got the Red Ring of Death one time, and it freaked the shit out of me. So like I turned it on, it red ringed, I immediately turned it off and just like didn't touch it for like a whole fucking day, and I was like all pissed off about it and stuff. And then I turned it back on, it was totally fine. I never had trouble with it. So those graphics were so good at the time, dude. Yeah, PlayStation 1 graphics were pretty legit at the time. So Afro Niku Fesson, Efil Niku Fesson. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry. Hey, Meek, have you played the real-time strategy game called Command and Conquer on PS1? Played it back in my childhood, and I played it on Windows. I played Command and Conquer on computer. And I don't even know if I even played the first one. I don't remember which Command and Conquer I played. I did play the one that had Tim Curry in it. That wasn't the first one I played, but I played one of the Command and Conquer games. I don't think it was the first one. It might have been 2. It might have been 2 that I played, and I did play the one that had Red Alert. I played Red Alert as well, and that was the one that I think that had Tim Curry in it. Yeah, that game was wild. Yeah. Spider-Man Edge of Time is really underrated. I haven't played that one. You have to debate your masters and become the ultimate master debater, right? The ultimate masturbator. Did you ever play RuneScape back in the day? Dude, I did. I think the last time I played RuneScape was a couple years ago. Yeah, I used to play RuneScape all the fucking time. But I was really bad at it because I didn't like... So I had this weird philosophy. Not weird, but it's just a philosophy, like, because my buddies and stuff used to grind and like do farming and all of this shit so they could make a lot of money and go out and do shit in the game. I never liked that. I just like fighting and killing stuff. So that's all I fucking did. It was go around killing stuff all the time. And that's how I played RuneScape. And so like people are like, oh, you don't have like as much money as we do, because I went out and farmed a bunch and did a bunch of stuff and sold a bunch of my shit. So now I have a ton of money. And I'm like, cool, yeah, but you can't even equip half the armor and weapons that you want to equip. So I had to like grind it out to finally get to like 1 million. And then I bought like a set of dragon armor and shit like that. That was fucking rad. Gay Carpenter says I gotta wake up at 4 a.m. I'm out of here night all. Hey, Gay Carpenter, I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you so much. We're gonna go for like another 50 minutes and we're gonna call it. We're only gonna do like a 2-hour stream. Keep it kind of short, but yeah, I played the shit out of RuneScape. Can we call it Sam Raimi and Spider-Man 2? Yeah, that's a good one. Spider-Man 2 stream at some point? Maybe. It's not a bad idea. I could probably find it somewhere. Metal Gear Solid 5, Kojima goes full kinky. He isn't full kinky yet? What do you mean full kinky? Are you telling me the games I've been playing haven't been full Kojima kinky? That's wild, bro. I like Shadow Dimensions too. I hated Madam Web and the multiverse crap. Yeah. Well, it was a good way to do the multiverse though. Gay Carpenter for $5 says, what about Earthworm Jim? He had Worm Fu and Spidey level insults. Dude, Earthworm Jim, I played both of those for the, oh my gosh, Nintendo 64. Yeah, Earthworm Jim was fucking rad. Dude, I loved Earthworm Jim. Next step relative was the OG Xbox 360 design team that developed the first version of the 360. Really? That's rad, dude. I never had a Red Ring of Death on my 360. Well, you got really fucking lucky, man. Because that's wild. With everything going on, I'm gonna invest stock in wood chippers, right? We're all RuneScape gamers once. That's actually pretty good. Edge of Time was jumping between regular and 29.9 kind of linear, but the time mechanics on Spider-Man stuff made me love it. Yeah, that was a good one. I remember watching that one. I didn't play it though. I watched somebody play it though. Have you ever done TV show or movie watch-alongs? I have not. That was another thing I was considering for streaming. I'd probably do it similar to like how like X-Ray Girl did it and stuff, where like, because Twitch doesn't have watch-alongs anymore or watch parties, and I'll get like a timer. We'll start the movie at the timer and then we'll watch it together, and we'll like find a movie to watch together. That'd be kind of fun. Metal Gear Solid 5 silent. What's going on, Hayden? Welcome in, buddy. Glad to see you, man. All right, let's talk. I want to talk about this real quick. This is important, and then we can kind of move on to a couple other subjects. But somebody brought up, hey, sorry I can't support you, blah blah blah. I would like to and stuff, and that means a lot to me. But I also thought this was really interesting, and I kind of wanted to talk about this because I do think that this is something that's, I don't know, it's relevant to streaming and stuff like that. We're gonna read this article. I know it's on fucking Game Rant and fuck these guys, but Twitch viewer claims sub gifting led to devastating financial crisis. Recently, a Twitch viewer disclosed that they have accumulated $50,000 in credit card debt due to gifting subscriptions on the platform. This disclosure has prompted discussions about the financial risk and implication of excessive spending on online platforms, including Twitch, emphasizing the importance of mindful financial management for users. Over the past decade, streaming platforms have gained immense popularity, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to have, okay. Recently, a viewer on The Ramsey Show disclosed that he had accumulated $50,000 in debt from gifting subscriptions on Twitch. On the platform, the user can purchase gifts and subscriptions to other people, blah, blah, blah. The viewer explained that he had become deeply engaged in the excitement of making substantial gifts, such as 500 for 100 subscriptions, which led him to lose track of his spending. He admitted to using multiple credit cards, each of which eventually reached its limit to cover these expenses. The viewer also shared that his debt was causing significant personal distress and that it accumulated over the past year. And then the situation sparked considerable discussion in the comments from popular Twitch streamer Asmongold. He criticized the viewer's inability to manage his spending, suggesting that it reflected a lack of personal responsibility. The situation also prompted reactions on Reddit. Some users expressed skepticism, with one remarking that the viewer is one of these losers who seeks attention by donating to wealthy individuals. Another user questioned the nature of the content supported, asking if the subscriptions were for only fangirls, wondering why one would spend so much money just for a shout-out. Contrast, another recent case on Twitch illustrates a different aspect of viewer support. Streamer Stoops, who faced $60,000 hospital bill after suffering a broken hip in Mexico, received significant assistance from his viewers who helped cover the cost. This highlights the distinction between spending money for personal recognition and using it to provide meaningful help to those in need. So, like, Glenn says, I had no idea I was maxing out all these credit cards. Yeah, dude, that's wild. Like, that's the thing, you know, I think it's cool that you guys support like me, or you support people on the in Geeks and Gamers, people in our community. You go and you know, you watch your favorite user and you go, man, I really like this content creator, I think they're awesome, I want to donate money, I want to send them a super chat, you know, or hey, there's like a really big discussion happening and I want to get my voice heard, because that's how you like put your voice at the top of like the queue, or if somebody misses a conversation point that you made or whatever, because eventually like I can't keep up with my chat already, and I'm not a huge streamer. So like when you're a really big streamer and stuff like that, a lot of times, yeah, you get to the point where you could really only read super chats and occasionally read comments and respond to comments. Um, and I think that that's cool, and that community aspect of it is really important, and it's fun, and it makes sense to an extent that you go, you know what, I want to financially compensate people that I like and enjoy, because I want my money to go to somewhere, especially when like we're not, you know, people aren't going to the movies as much, you know, video games aren't as good as they wanted to, and so you find different ways to entertain yourself, whether it's playing video games or you watch my stream, or just watching my stream exclusively, or whatever, you know, any combination of that, having me on in the background while you're working on stuff like that. So I'm just specifically talking about myself now, but like the thing is, I would never want to see somebody feel guilty or feel addicted to giving like financial support because it made them feel good how I respond to them. Like, yeah, one time we had a guy drop like $200 in chat. I was freaking out a little bit. That was a lot of money to drop in chat. I was very surprised. I appreciated the hell out of it, but I appreciate it when somebody sends in $1 or $2. Like, you know, the reality is I don't deserve any of your money, and the fact that you guys are ever willing to send anything or send support or send gifted subs and stuff like that means a lot to me. It's really cool, but I would never want to pressure people, and we've run into situations where you have, you know, people like DSP who's shaming his audience into sending him money, or you run into situations like Twitch streamers and female Twitch streamers specifically who are like, hey, you know, $5, if you guys just send in $5, like it's not even that much, like it's just like lunch, like why can't you just send me in $5 or send me $20 and stuff? And it's like now they're expecting your money, and I think that that's something that's been a weird thing that started to happen, the entitlement of people's money. Hey, I'm doing a thing, so you guys have to support me. That's really fucking toxic and really awful. The reality is, hey, guess what? I like streaming. I'm here doing it. If you guys want to support me and I want to make this my full-time thing that I do, then I appreciate you guys being able to support me in doing that. And if, guess what, you guys aren't supporting me anymore, then I have to find another avenue to get money and work and do other things, you know? But you get people complaining about streaming being a job. You know, like it is a job to an extent, but it's a job where I control all my own hours. I control all my own time. I'm not beholden to anybody. You guys are my boss. And this is wild thing to sometimes for people, like a situation like that where somebody's like, I became addicted to big spending and getting these shout outs. My guess is that they were probably to women and female streamers, and he wanted their shout outs because it made him feel special that like this attractive woman was like, thank you for the $100 or whatever, and he was feeling good about it. I'm not gonna giggle and laugh at you guys like that for sending stuff, because that's fucking weird. But like there is an excitement to it, and there's an energy to it, or like, you know, like a Twitch hype train that used to happen. Oh shit, we're on a hype train, so that encourages other people to spend more money and send more send in more support and stuff. Like all of that stuff is fine, but for somebody to be maxing out credit cards, listen, if you don't have the money to do it, don't do it. I don't want you to do it. I would hate to see you, you know, come under financial strain because of that. It's wild and it's scary to see that happen, you know? You know, that kind of stuff is really awful and can be really, really, really fucking toxic. Hayden says community is a fun aspect of the internet. Being able to interact with the chat and streamers is great, but I know some people can get addicted to it. That's a weird society thing that's happening. Yeah, absolutely. Michael just spend the money on Soul Glow. Well, yeah, we got to keep the hair. Got to keep the hair pretty. Yeah, $5 a month, dude. That shit was wild. Some people get hooked by the dopamine rush and need to control themselves. Yeah. Commenting Dangerous just became a channel member as we're talking about support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Like I said, it's never required, but I appreciate it. And Mike just giggles for free, right? You want people who pay to watch, put it on a paywall, but they won't because they understand that there's no growth in that, so they just have a tantrum. Yes, 100%, man. I always appreciate if people want to send in money. You know, if you want to spend money on if you want to spend money on OnlyFans girls, all of that shit, do it, man. That's your deal. Um, I played the CNC Red Alert Retaliation PS1 skirmish was fun, especially using cheats when you're bored. The other player I played with is Command and Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath on 360. Soundtrack for the old game is a banger. That's rad, dude. Instead, make your own channel and get people to do it for you. That's wild. Spend money on Savvy's feet. Listen, if you guys want to spend money on Savvy's feet, I don't know where to tell you to go spend that money on Savvy's feet, but it's there somewhere, I'm sure. But like, okay, so we're gonna get a little personal here, okay? Probably more personal than I normally would get about certain things, but it's to this same under the same vein, okay? Because it's a weird balancing thing. Like I said, I appreciate people supporting. I'm not telling you don't support. If you want to send me super chats, you want to send in channel memberships to me, you want to go pay for Savvy's feet, go do your thing. Just don't go into debt to do it. Don't hurt yourself financially to do it. And here's the thing. Growing up, okay, I grew up, like, my mom was religious. I grew up, you know, in church and stuff like that. And my grandmother, for a long time, she lived out in the middle of nowhere, like way out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like after my grandfather bought like 100 acres. I've talked about this before on stream. And then she sold a lot of it when after he passed away or whatever and stuff. But she, you know, she went to church with us a lot and stuff. But then eventually, because she lived so far away, she eventually was not able to get out of her house to go to church all the time. So she watched it on television, and she watched people like Kenneth Copeland and Jesse Duplantis and Creflo Dollar and Benny Hinn. And these guys were so fucking good at fleecing people for money, telling you, hey, if you send in money, God will send you healing. If you send in money and support the ministry, then we can go out and do more, you know, to touch the world, to make the world a better place. You can go out and do all this stuff. She didn't watch Jeremy Olstein, but she watched, you know, those three guys. You know, she watched TBN a lot, which back in the day, like TBN, it's funny because back in the day, TBN used to be like a Trinity Broadcasting Network. There was some stuff that they did on there that was kind of cutting edge as far as like they had kids content and stuff like that. And they were trying to do things. They helped fund their own movies. They were trying to actually do some things, but they also be like, hey, if you want to help support us, send in like a monthly pledge. And then you can get like a gift. So they'd send you like, they one time sent her like a really small Bible that you could like read with a magnifying glass. It's like a little trinket, or they send you like letter openers and all kinds of shit like that to thank you for being like to sending them gifts or whatever and stuff. You know, but some of these guys, they didn't give you any of that shit. So Kenneth Copeland would talk about how if you send in money, then God will bless you with even more. Or you send in money, then you won't have health issues. You send in money, then you won't have, you know, any kind of stress or burden on your life and stuff like that. And I watched my grandmother for so many years of her life, you know, probably a good 15, 20 years of her life, give a significant portion of what she made from Social Security, that will, you know, a significant portion of what she made from, you know, the sale of my grandfather's property, a significant portion of what she got from my grandfather's veteran benefits, because she got like money every month because she was retired and older and stuff like that. And her husband had died, you know, due to medical complications from military, you know, and stuff. And I watched her for years donate significant amounts of money to these preachers and watch them fleece her for money and watch them, you know, manipulate her for money, and watch her, you know, watch them lie and say all these horrible fucking things about to manipulate people into giving her money and telling her that her life would be better in the end if she just donated money, and that she wouldn't have any physical ailments if she just kept donating money and all of this stuff. And these people said all these horrible fucking things. And I loved my grandmother. She was not perfect, but you know what? Every morning she'd wake up, she'd read it. She'd read her Bible. She'd do communion. She loved to pray and read her Bible. She knew her Bible inside and out. and she was a wonderful woman, and I loved her very much. But at the end of her life, she ended up living in a old folks home with no money, poor, broke, with nothing to show for it, while Kenneth Copeland, you know, screams about, you know, calling forth money, and while Creflo Dollar yells at his congregation about why they didn't give him enough money to buy a fucking private jet. And then when he gets you know, bullshit feedback, when he gets, not bullshit feedback, but when he gets feedback about his bullshit, and people kind of come at him about wanting a private jet, he goes, if Jesus wants me to have a private jet, he's like, if you know, God needs to give me a private jet so I can go out there and preach the gospel. And you know what, you know, if I'm gonna believe for a private jet, then I'm gonna believe for a rocket, because if they find life on Mars, then I'm gonna believe for a rocket ship so I can go to Mars and preach the gospel there and stuff. And she did this so much, and she spent so much of her life, and then died penniless, and fortunately not alone, because we all loved her and we were there for her. But she died completely penniless and with nothing, you know. And like, does it matter? Did she have to have a bunch of money in the bank? Did she have to have her own property and stuff? No. But the fact that she died penniless and broke in an old folks home, instead of being, you know, able to afford living somewhere nice where she could pass away and you know, in comfort, bothers me still to this day. I hate that kind of predatory bullshit. I hate that they did that to her. I hate that they manipulated her and tricked her and lied to her about that stuff and left her in a situation like that. And I hate that people like Creflo Dollar now are backtracking and saying, you know what? And Benny Hinn and Creflo Dollar have both done this. They've backtracked. They said, you know what? Yeah, maybe we did a little too much with the prosperity gospel. Yeah, it was a little fucked up that we did that. Yeah, it was a little messed up that we manipulated and that we talked so much about the prosperity gospel. It was a little too much. But you're not going to give all that money back. You're still millionaires. All the damage has been done. You know? Yeah, all the damage has been done. You know, I'm going to go find, let me look this up. Creflo Dollar's net worth, $27 million for talking on television. Okay? Benny Hinn's net worth, $60 million. You guys ready for this? Watch this. Jesse Duplantis, who's another one, his net worth. Jesse Duplantis used to fucking brag about this shit. Okay? He used to brag about how he had the biggest house. Fuck it. I'm going to find this and pull this up. You guys are going to get, if I'm going to feel sick to my stomach about it, you guys get to feel sick to your stomach about it. Let me see if I can find it. This is where he talks about it. See if I can fucking find it. Yeah, here it is. This is on fucking YouTube, so I'm gonna pull this up. This is fucking Jesse Duplantis.
Told me the other day, Daddy, I have never seen you sick.
Never.
She's 40 years old. I said, we tried sick. We didn't like it. We tried broke, and we will never do that again as long as we ever live. Everything I've touched has prospered.
Talk about the house.
I live in the biggest house in the state of Louisiana.
Say it again.
I have the biggest house of any preacher in America.
Tell them what you named the house.
I have a name to my house, La Maison de Rêve, the house of dreams. You want to know how big it is?
Yes!
It's 40,000 square foot.
Yes!
It's not to show off. And it is a plantation home.
Did he say plantation?
And it is a mansion. And what makes a mansion a mansion?
Big. Join us.
My daughter told me the other day, Daddy,
Yeah. These pieces of shit out here doing all this. Yep, Joel Osteen has never backed it off. Joel Osteen has a net worth of over $50 million. Kenneth Copeland's even worse. Let me see if I can pull him up. I think he's the richest right now. Kenneth Copeland, You ready for this? Kenneth Copeland's net worth, $200 million. $200 million. And remember, a lot of the money that he gets, he doesn't pay taxes on because he's a church. So tax-free money. Tax-free fucking money. And he lives in like a giant mansion that they call his parish. So he goes and lives on that. You know? Isn't that fucked up? Rain, thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate you. And I watched my grandmother fucking give that guy money, give Kenneth Copeland money, give Jesse Duplantis money, give fucking Creflo Dollar all this fucking money for years. And they're flying around in private jets and complaining, talking about how humans are like demons, like the regular folk are like demons to be around, you know, while she's dying penniless and broke from a stroke in a hospital bed because she didn't have any money anymore, like left. Fucked up human beings. And like, it's not our job to judge, like specifically when it comes to like other brethren and other brothers. Like, we're not, you know, Bible says like no man knows a man's, you know, heart. We're not supposed to judge people based on stuff like that. But nah, these, like, we're supposed to let God separate like the wheat from the chaff and the goats from the sheep. But these people are people that are, like, to me, reprehensible, and that their love of money has far surpassed their discussions of the gospel and their discussions of who God is and who Jesus is, you know? And that is morally and religiously reprehensible to me, and it pisses me off and it makes me mad, you know? And Jay, pop in the chat, and I do, like, this was actually going to be my next point, so thank you, Jay. Just remember, chat, there are good people doing great things in the world that go to church. Not everyone is like this, and that's 100% truth. Like, that's the thing. Like, I was very blessed and gracious and graced enough to go to churches that had, you know, I went to a church for a long time with a pastor who had a full-time job. He didn't take any money from the church and never raised an offering ever. The whole time I was there, he had a box in the corner. He said, if you guys ever want to give, that's where you go to give. And you know what? He had a food bank where he had like an actual like giant like freezer, like, and like a giant, like he had built like it was like an old schoolhouse. So he had a whole room dedicated that was like, it had giant freezers and stuff in it where he had food banks, and he gave food to people that needed it and helped a lot of fucking people out, and were there helping people constantly and giving away money and you know, helping people that were in need. And there was a lot of that in that church. There was a big community of people. If there was a need that needed to be filled, they would come and help you. Like, hell, the place I'm living right now, we first moved into this place, there was a lot of like water damage, and there's a lot of like issues like structurally with some of the parts of the house. There are still now too, but they were a lot worse than what they were that they are. And one of his sons and a couple of his friends all got together, and they came out and they helped me work on my house. They helped me fix things. They helped me repair things, so that way we can move into this place and it be structurally sound and where we wanted to live, you know, stuff like that. They did a lot of work to help us out there. Like, there's just a lot of that kind of shit that happens. And that to me is far more Christ-like than these guys on television screaming about, well, I need money, you know? You know, and I do want to say that, like, not everybody's like that. I'm not like that. Jay's not like that. There are churches that do a lot of hard work that are not like that. I know guys that, like, you know, basically they pay out of their own pocket for the building that they have church in, and if they couldn't afford it, then they would close up the church and move on, because that must have been God's will to not do that, you know, instead of them fleecing people for more cash, you know? Yeah. You know, and it's just one of those things that I think is important to, like, talk about and also keep in mind. And I say all of that to come back around to, like, I don't think that, you know, I don't need you guys like, I don't want you guys putting yourself in a position where you're financially taxed to support me or support anybody. That story I know is you know, $50,000 in debt, sending people money on Twitch, is an extreme version of that. But I just never want you to feel mentally, emotionally, or physically pressured to donate or to send super chats or to send channel memberships or any of that shit, because none of that stuff at the end of the day is nearly as important as, like, I know that you guys are happy and enjoying yourselves, and like if I make your day better, that means more to me than you couldn't put a price on like me helping make somebody's day better or having a conversation with somebody that needed to have a conversation, you know? Like, I don't want you guys to be sad and like get hopeless about this stuff. I'm saying that like the fact that we're able to identify that stuff means you can also identify the people that you want to support, and you can identify the people that are worth supporting and worth lifting up and worth being there for and worth giving your time and money and effort to in any way, shape, or form. You know, when you know that like people are of like good moral character or good upstanding character, or you just know that somebody's being authentic and real with you. You know, these people on television are not real. They're, you know, Kenneth Copeland is not a real human being. He doesn't act like a real human being. But, you know, the people that I went to church with are very real human beings, and they're not perfect, but they try, and they're trying, and they want to help people. They want to do their best to help people, and that's important. And it's like, if you ever are looking for a place, or you're ever like somebody that's curious about church, you know, find a church that has like a food bank, or find a church that, you know, that is out helping their community and really involved in their community and stuff. Because I'll tell you, if you find a church that's working hard to help people, you'll usually find good people there that actually know what they're talking about, actually know the Lord, actually want to, that actually love the Lord and actually want to give their best forward to him, you know? So, yeah, I just think it's important, man. Joel and Kenneth are ridiculous. Yeah, Kenneth Copeland straight up looks like a demon in a human. Yeah, Kenneth Copeland looks wild now, bro. I don't know, man. You just, that kind of corruption, I guess, you don't age well. They're receiving the reward now. When their time comes, the Lord said, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. May they repent and receive the mercy from the Lord. King Deplorables, it's the perfect response. It's not even that I want these people to burn in hellfire or be destroyed. I hope that God shows mercy on them in the end. That's what I want. So I believe in Joe Hendry. God, dude, you guys are wild with this Joe Hendry shit. All right, I will find the Joe Hendry thing and I will pull it up. Okay. Hayden 75 just gifted 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Hayden. I appreciate you. Gifted memberships to Justin the Rhino, Astra Chain, Nagardnall, General Duality, and Chick74. And shout out to Jay for being the best of us and being able to call that out. That's awesome, man. These preachers are not about faith and God's blessing. It's all about the Benjamins. It's true. It's very true, man. They aren't supposed to be doing what they're doing, and then at the same time, I'm not supposed to judge them. Awesome system. It's not that. It's, you can call people out for their bullshit. It's more the attitude that, like, you know what, if Kenneth Copeland was to turn around tomorrow and say, you know what, I was wrong and I want to get my life right, as pissed off as I am that he took so many people, so much money from people, him trying to get his life together and trying to help people and trying to do better is important. You know, that is very important, and that needs to be considered in everything. And I think we need to be able to consider that. We need to be able to offer grace to people that need grace. We need to offer mercy to people that need mercy. And the unfortunate thing is, as shitty as a situation as they put people in and as fucked up as it is, that is between God and them. They're going to have to deal with it. There's nothing I could do on this planet to them that would be worse than anything that God could do to them when they come face to face with him, you know? And the thing is, if they want to change and they want to be better and they want to get better and turn their life around, well, mercy is important, and it's a fundamental part, and forgiveness is important. And it's a fundamental part of being a Christian. It's a fundamental part of following Jesus. But for those people that don't repent and want to live that way, and what Jesus said about a rich man, you know, that it'd be easier to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get into heaven. The context there being that where your value is, like, that's where your heart is. And so if money is important to you, and it's more important to you than Jesus, then that's where your treasure is, you know? Joseph A for $2 says Reverend Skip from In Living Color hits home. Yeah, dude. I haven't seen that skit in so long. It's not really tax-free, Meek. Well, thanks in Old Renaissance Boomer. I want to read that. It's important. It's not really tax-free. My late father was a pastor. He paid income tax and the full amount of medical and social security. Churches do not pay property tax and sales tax. Gotcha. Well, there you go. I've met Jay. He's good people. Hopefully I meet Meek one day. You'll definitely meet me one day. What's up, 1-800-Danky? Bro, we watched your video that you did for Beardo. That shit was wild, dude. Absolutely fucking wild. Holy fuck says there are poor people with cancer that choose to send super chats to well-off YouTubers. I mean, yeah, that does happen. You know, just don't ever put yourself in debt over it, man. And I feel compelled to give you money, Meek. I'm not. That's not what we're doing here. Meek's most charitable act has been trying to teach Beardo how to read. Yeah, I gave up on that one though. I couldn't do it anymore. Cope Dog went full Palpatine. Yeah, Kenneth Copeland is now Emperor Palpatine. Let's all watch a Davy and Goliath claymation episode, bro. I don't even know if I could watch that. Is that like, I don't even know who owns the rights to that. I wonder. Let me look at that and see if that's up in public domain. It probably isn't. I do not think it is public domain. That'd be rad if it was. I would have loved if it was public domain. I'll pull it up though. I remember when they made fun of that show with the show called Moral Oral. I never watched it. God, that's so old school. I gotta pull this up now. Is this okay? Hold on. Okay, here it are.
Increase your profit.
Oh, jeez, dude. I don't care. Fucking commercials, bro. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it right here. Bro, this is going to be a fucking blast from the past. Are you guys ready for this? Call them out. We don't judge them in heaven or hell. 100%, Jay. 100 fucking percent. Jesus Christ suffered and died for us when we were still his enemies. Yep. When we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Judging someone in Bible times was like a judge doing the sentencing. Yeah. Forgiveness between them and God is up to me to arrange the meeting. Crazy band on fire. That's wild, bro. Did you ever look into the Max comics? I did a little bit, but I didn't I haven't read them or anything like that. So, the pastor in my area had his house paid for and he used his profits to race a race car. Neat. Wow. Hey, now, we don't need to be mean. We don't have to be mean. Because remember, no matter where you go, there you are. Buckaroo Banzai. There you go. Should Ben be reading Beardo has done this time? I would read super chats if they let me. Let me pull this up. Mike and Jay Bible podcast. When? We can do a Bible podcast. If Jay wanted to do a Bible podcast, I'd do one. We just talk about stuff. We'd talk about a section of scripture or something like that and have a conversation about it. Yeah, that would be fun. I would definitely do that. I don't think a lot of people think I'm a good Christian because I swear a lot. I do swear a lot, but I haven't. It's not one of those things I've figured out yet. I haven't got past the swearing yet. I'm down. All right. Well, we'll have to see what we can do, Jay. I know you're a busy man, so. All right. I'm gonna pull this up, dude. I'm waiting for the music to start. This shit's wild, bro. Bro, this is so fucking wild. I know I can't play it because I do think I'll probably get a copyright claimed. But, yeah. Danky says, my work here is done. Am I a fan of Sam Keith's art and comics? I don't know enough about Sam Keith's art. Let me look him up. Hold on. Oh yeah, I have seen his stuff. I mean, his stuff is cool. I wouldn't say that I don't know, it just depends. Yeah, so I have seen Max, and like I said, I looked a little bit into it, but and then actually my buddy Anna talked to me about it a bunch. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of his art. I like some of it. I don't like his Batman style. I know he has a Batman with the giant ears and stuff, but for something like Max, I think it's really cool. And then he does one with like, what is this? Venom versus Wolverine. His Wolverine style is really interesting. Let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, let me pull this over here. Yeah, like this art style is pretty fucking rad. You know? It's like super detailed, but it's also got like such an interesting like style to it. I like that he has like the fuzzy ears, like they've taken damage over time. So yeah, that shit's kind of rad. I do dig that a lot, actually. Yeah, no, that's fucking rad. I gotta, jeez, I like opened the wrong tab and I don't have my chat up now. Do you like the 100 Kamala ads like I do on YouTube? Crazy? Yeah, dude, it's like nonstop. There's just fucking Kamala ads everywhere, man. They didn't have half as many Biden ads on here. Told Miss TMNE, anything happened? It was a good show. It'll be fun to check it out. It's just a kind of a wild one, man. Great verse, yeah, absolutely. Remember that Jesus Christ suffered and died for us? Yes. Let me make sure I'm caught up on chat here. Yeah, that would be fun, dude. I would definitely do a podcast with Jay where we talked about the Bible. My grandfather was a pastor. He didn't use it to get paid. He used it to get women. Oof. Well, Mike has bad knees. You're not supposed to do that either. We could talk about how God is omnipotent, but he made the tree and Eve that then made sin. Well, that's kind of the it's not really a paradox, but that is the consequence of giving people free will. You know? The idea is, like, okay, I know that this is going to happen this way if I do it this way, but also this is the best way to go about it. And so now this thing has happened and I'm going to do what I can to intervene within this without removing people's free will. You know? The thing is, I'm not God. I don't make decisions that God would make. And so I couldn't really attest to why he would make some of the decisions he did when it comes to his creation, other than he saw a reason to do it and did it and he liked it. That's the thing. Like, in Genesis, like it talks about, when, he made like the stars and stuff, he said it was good. Like on the first day he did this, second day he did this, and every day he gets done, he says it was good. And then he makes man. And on the sixth day he made man, and he said it was, when he saw what he had, the works of his hands, he said it was very good. And if God, the creator of the universe, says that my existence and my creation was very good, that me being created, that me being formed by the works of his hands is very good, then who am I to say that he made a mistake? I don't have the hubris to believe that I could do better than God on anything. So this probably took 10 years to make, bro. Yeah, a lot of work, man. Let's call it the Epic Bible Podcast. Yeah. Dude, I'd be totally down. Nobody ever responds to my religious talk. Odd. Did I miss your post? Hold on. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, like why wouldn't I respond? We're just talking, man. Everybody has a different attitude about it. So, we'll watch a little bit more of this. But yeah, dude, this stuff is so old school. Gosh, it's been so fucking long. That shit's wild. I can't watch it anymore, that I'll get in trouble. But yeah, dude, that's so old school, bro. Man, I haven't watched that shit in so long. It's like all we had though is like Christian kids growing up. If you weren't allowed to watch like secular television, which at times I wasn't when I was younger, like that's all you had. You had that and like maybe occasionally other things like Quigley's Village. Dude, Quigley's Village was like an old school one. You had Superbook. Now Superbook was old school, but Superbook was pretty legit. I don't think a lot of people sleep on Superbook. But like having a anime Bible themed show, like kind of hard. It goes pretty hard, bro. Like I don't know if any of you guys remember fucking Superbook, but Can't have obedience and complete devotion without the possibility of sin. That's true. Bernie Mac preacher for Friday as well as a preacher for Don't Be a Menace. Yeah, dude. Why come preacher gotta have a nice car? Why come preacher gotta have a nice house? I said, don't ask no questions. I said, don't ask. Just give the money. No shit, was hilarious, dude. Check out the cover of Batman Secret by Sam Keith. His Joker is sick. His Juggernaut was badass too. I'll have to keep looking for it. Yeah, I'll keep looking more into it, man. That's rad. You also have to think we're humans trying to decipher and interpret the intentions of God. We're probably not going to be close to the same headspace. It's true. I used to love to watch this show. Yeah, dude. This was like all we had, man. Like this is all we had to watch, bro. Superbook was anime, yeah. Is Quigley's Village a prequel to Quigley Down Under? No, but I used to think it was as a kid. Watch Fury in the morning before going to school. What was Fury? I don't know if I watched that. I'd be a producer for a project like that. Dude, I mean, maybe we can make our own Superbook. I know they rebooted Superbook. They rebooted Superbook and made it like a CGI anime. Oh shit, I got it muted. I gotta back it up. I just realized I caught it. I caught that I was muted. I caught it. Here we go.
When I opened the book, you know, I didn't know what I was gonna find. I saw the flashing light just coming down. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Then I was flying. I was flying. Oh, Superbook. Well, I was afraid to look. Superbook. Oh, Superbook.
That's wild. Don't say Superbook Rule 34. That's wild. What a horrible thing to say. This is my childhood. Oh no. I'm not going to look that up. As much as I want to, I'm not going to. Yeah, dude, this stuff was wild, man.
You know I wanna go back again. I wanna go back with all my friends. You know it's not a fantasy. Superbook's so real to me.
Yeah, dude, this is an anime. Like, I don't remember who produced it, but like that's the thing. Like this was our old anime style. It's one of the few times too, like they actually, one of the biggest problems a lot of times that you run into in when it comes to Christian projects is that the quality of them is usually pretty poor. Or you know they're kind of hokey and ridiculous, but like for them to put in the work like on Superbook and stuff like that, like they actually tried. And it's rare, like, you know, David and Goliath, they were trying something different, they were trying something unique, and they were trying to kind of reach a certain market, you know, with stuff. And I would say that there are some projects like nowadays, like VeggieTales is one that kind of stands out. I know everybody like kind of makes fun of Bible Man because Bible Man's pretty wild. But the thing about Bible Man was there's nothing to compare it to. You know, you didn't have a lot of cool stuff. Like I thought Bible Man was cool as a kid because there wasn't a lot of stuff that I grew up with like that was equivalent to that was Christian. That was why it was cool. You know, and then you got into, you know, like obviously like I grew up with like Batman animated series, Spider-Man, and those guys were cool, but I knew they weren't Christian projects, you know? So like I wanted to find Christian projects that I could also watch and feel like I enjoyed too, you know? Yeah. Somebody said, yikes. Yeah, dude, that's wild. That old cartoon style was very similar to early anime. Interesting. Yeah. Superbook to Super Hooker pipeline is real. That's wild, bro. That's so crazy. I've gone down an old retro collection spree the last 4 years. I own a physical copy of every Charlie Brown / Peanuts TV show that aired on TV or was released on VHS. 100% of that collection, then transcribed it to my digital collection. That's really cool. Choo Choo Gone Poo. Dude, that's fucking rad. Yeah, man. Peanuts was legit. They actually like that's another situation where they actually put like work into it and wanted it to be quality and good, man. Shin-chan, Jesus. I'm a bit not ancient for this stuff, but I'd watch cartoons I didn't even realize were religion until years later looking back. Yeah. You ever watch The Story Keepers? I did watch Story Keepers. I actually liked that show a lot too. That's some of where I learned about man, fucking Story Keepers, bro. That's old school. Yeah, that's where I learned a lot more about like the persecution of the church and stuff. I have to give it to him. Like Story Keepers was another one of those shows. I'll pull up. Let me see if I can find like the because like Story Keepers was about the was a perspective post Jesus. And so they interacted. I think they interacted with Paul in that show, stuff like that. But they were dealing with like the Christian persecution, like after after Jesus had gone, like the Roman Empire and stuff like that. Yeah, and they had like, yeah, at one point they were being like hunted because the main character was like a baker and his wife. And they have like a couple kids. Pat Robertson, CBN Superbook. Did Pat Robertson do Superbook? That's wild. Let me look that up real quick. Did Pat Robertson do Superbook? That was 1981, guys. That's old school. Yeah. Super Buku. It's a Japanese Christian anime television series from the early 1980s. Initially produced. Yeah, so this was actually produced by a Japanese company. Interesting. I did not like. I didn't really look super into Superbook, but yeah, a lot of Japanese influence there. In conjunction with CBN, yeah. Okay, yeah, and Pat Robertson was a big part of CBN, yeah, or the founder of it. But yeah, that's wild, dude. Look at that. Yeah, they actually got really into it, bro. They were in first, second Kings, like Ruth. Bro, they didn't play around with Superbook, man. That's so rad. And then they rebooted it. I know they rebooted it to like I said, like a CGI series. And I haven't watched the newest Superbook, so I don't know what the quality of it was. Peter Graves was Jim Newton, one of the Broken Wheel Ranch. Adopted a kid named Joey, and then a wild stallion named Fury came into Joey's life. Interesting. Was nominally raised Catholic, did CCD classes, love the mythology, just don't believe it's real. I love all types of mythology. The universe is far more complicated than we realize. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I was not raised Catholic. I've probably been very disliked by a lot of Catholic people. But yeah, I was raised like, I don't know, I guess you'd call maybe charismatic. I don't fucking know. I don't even know what denomination I belong to. I'll just say non-denominational because it makes more sense. But like, yeah, dude, like I grew up in church, man. Like, and yeah. Many Christians focus on the religious aspect. I think that's fine. Focusing on the morals is just as impactful. Yeah, I mean, it's a combination. The thing is, like, the idea is if you set your mark on Jesus, and that's the mark that you press for, and Jesus is the goal, like, then everything that you strive for to be more like him will affect the way that your behavior and your morals and everything are shaped, because you'll want to be more like him and structure your life like he lived his life, to mirror that life and mirror love and compassion and empathy, the kind of love and compassion and empathy that would drive you to give your life for others without a second thought or without question of whether or not you'll do it. I saw Bible Man live when I was a kid. So did I, Justin the Rhino. Bro, okay. that unlocked like a old school memory for me. I remember my mom got me a Flash action figure. It was like the coolest thing ever. It was the Flash, and he had like this suit of armor that he could put on him, and it had like yellow jets that you could hook into the armor to like shoot off the back of him. But he had like this armor that you could put on him. And I remember my mom got me that the day we were going to see Bible Man live. We went to this church, and they fucking had all the stuff blown up on it, and like the stage and everything. Dude, it was a blast. I thought it was like one of the coolest things ever as a kid. Just Mike says, no, I looked it up, bro. You did it to yourself, man. Now the Bible and manga, it looks pretty cool. I've heard about the Bible and manga. That's a cool way to do it. Bible Man, what's his power? He quotes scriptures. Yeah, that's what he does. He quotes scriptures, and he's more like Batman with a lightsaber. So don't fight in the chat. ABC After School Special was the closest thing I got to religious cartoons. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the 700 Club. I wasn't a fan of that when I was a kid either. What's going on, Lucky? What's up, my brother? How's the fam? Fam's doing good, man. Kids settling in, man. Kids settling in really well, so I'm really happy about that. Speaking of the Bible, thoughts on Genesis 6? Hold on. So I think this is actually a really good scripture. This is kind of an interesting one because a lot of people, when they bring up and they want to talk about like when we get into conversations or when there's arguments about like, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah and conversations like that, man, I didn't think I was going to get into the Bible stuff, bro. But here we are. You know, this kind of stuff, when we get into this and we talk about this, I think this is kind of an interesting concept, you know, because it's talking about why God chose to flood the earth in the end. They talk about, yeah, the Nephilim. Yeah, this kind of stuff, like this kind of Bible lore, especially in the Old Testament and stuff, it's really fascinating because like there's a lot to unpack there. I don't know some of it. I don't know what this means. Like, you know, the Nephilim were on earth in those days, and also after, when the sons of God came into the daughters of mankind, they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. So like, I think Goliath was born of a Nephilim, but then like David had mighty men. So like David had men, these like dudes that used to roll deep, like 10 toes deep with David, who like when he was in trouble, he'd be like, yo, bring my mighty men in here. And they were like heroes like of their time. And they were like great warriors and of great physical stature and stuff. But then like the bad parts of that were also like there were giants and monsters like in that time that they had to fight off and stuff. The Nephilim stuff is kind of fascinating. Yeah. Man, I didn't expect to get into that. Choo Choo Golden Poo says, a couple of years ago, I bought the Charlie Brown spinoff called This is America Charlie Brown. It's a short miniseries teaching the history of the U.S. Bought the physical copy on Amazon. Then they perma-locked an account for suspicious activity. I had to spend nearly $200 to find a physical copy of it. That's crazy, bro. Physical copies are important, though. We talked about that a lot. Question, what do Billy Graham and the Detroit Lions have in common? They both can have a stadium on their feet yelling Jesus Christ. That's really fucking funny, Boomer. That's really fucking funny. Nephilim were half angel, half man. Giants killed off during the flood. Yeah, but there were giants after the flood, though, too. I don't know any of these shows. I was raised in a cult. Catholics don't like me neither. I don't believe in the Trinity. Interesting. Don't some of the Nephilim still live inside Earth? I mean, that's a whole... Listen, if I had a lot more hours to get into this, buddy, there would be a whole conversation about this stuff. Bro, I got some wild Bible theories and stuff, man. We get into a lot of this. So, breaking news, leader of Hamas has been iced by Iran. Really? That's kind of a big fucking deal. That's kind of scary. Being angels came to Earth, had their way with humans. The implication was that they could be some of the deities we hear about in ancient folklore and mythologies. It's true. Talking about the giant of Kandahar here? I mean, maybe. I do, yeah. As far as I got as far as First Communion Confession, then I checked out. My mother asked that I try it, so I did a year and a half out of respect. I mean, that's fair. You know, I've had enough experience in my life that I could never be convinced that God doesn't exist. All the same people that made Superbook made Speed Racer. That makes a lot of sense now. But yeah, I couldn't be convinced that God doesn't exist because of a lot of experiences I've had in my life. You know, but I also don't try to force people to see it from my perspective. I just tell you, like, listen, I believe it, and if you want to have conversations with me, I'm not going to have every answer. I think that that's a huge fallacy that happens a lot with Christians, is people will ask them questions and they think, well, if I don't have every answer, then that means I'm failing my faith. God doesn't need me to defend him. God doesn't need me to prove his existence. My job is to present the good news that he has given me through the death of his son Jesus, like, you know, and Jesus's resurrection, like the good news of the gospel that while we were yet sinners, like Christ died for us, you know, that he advocates for us and that you can be saved if you believe in him, and that it is that simple, that belief in Jesus and who he is, confessing with your mouth and believing in your heart that Jesus Christ is Lord, like that's all I need to do, you know, and bring the kingdom to people by living my life the best that I can do that. You know, my job isn't to try to prove that God exists. And I would love to be more educated and learn more so I can have more answers, but sometimes I don't have all the answers for stuff. Sometimes I don't necessarily know. And so if you bring me Old Testament scriptures and you go, what does this mean versus what does this mean, or where's the origin of this? I probably couldn't tell you. I know some things, but the problem is there's a lot of scholars and stuff that do a lot of reading about the Bible and reading about biblical scripture and where things came from and the origin of other things that don't necessarily have answers either. And I think it's important to study and know things and understand where things come from. But I also think, to an extent, if that was my whole life of studying and trying to know everything that I possibly can know about the Bible, I might miss my opportunity to also convey the concepts of love and the concepts of forgiveness and grace and mercy to people around me. You know, some people, that's their whole life, and then I can learn from those people and the work that they've done, you know? But I don't know everything. What's going on, Doc the Butcher? Welcome in. It's a great conversation, but how did we get here? I don't remember how we got here. We must know what the rainbow originally represents. Well, for people that don't know, the rainbow originally represents a promise that God made that he would never flood the earth again. That he would never flood the earth and kill everyone on earth again. So, all the books I read, I think the Tao Te Ching is the closest to what may be true. Interesting. Only Christian animated movie I grew up with is Prince of Egypt by DreamWorks, the best 2D movie. That is true. NFL. Yeah, that is absolutely 100% true. Yeah, Prince of Egypt is the greatest animated film of all time, and it is absolutely in the running, at least in the top 20 greatest films of all time. If something is the best in the genre that it exists in, it should be considered in the best of movies. And Prince of Egypt is the greatest animated film of all time, and therefore it is one of the greatest movies of all time. That's not fun when you talk about shit in Exodus. Well, that's the other thing too. Like, I am not under, nor do I live out Levitical law anymore. So I can read stuff about Exodus and how the Hebrew people operated and lived their lives and tried to organize themselves as a people and stuff, but my job is not to live their life like they do. You know, Levitical law doesn't apply to me anymore, and I don't live my life like that. I am not a Jew. I'm not a Hebrew. You know, I'm not called to live my life as a Jew. So, someone needs to do some research on topics they're commenting on. I mean, that's fair. Bible does have good moral stories. It's disciplines to live by. Storytelling is fundamental to humanity. How many stories have meaning to us now that we know are fiction? Does it matter? Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Bible's fiction, but that's the thing. That's why Jesus told parables, because you read a story, you listen to a story, and it helps you understand concepts that are sometimes more difficult to accept. It's why we tell math stories and stuff instead of just going 2 + 2 is 4, which, like, some people can understand. You go, Farmer Brown has 2 eggs, and then the chicken lays 2 more eggs. Now, how many eggs does Farmer Brown have? You know, and you think through the story like that. So, Angels are supposed to be super powerful, but then can't swim. I don't think the Nephilim were. Well, I don't think the product of the Nephilim were angels. I don't think they had those kind of capabilities. So, NFL, that was a Jewish Spielberg. That's wild. Michael Heizar does some great stuff on the strange topics in the Bible. Okay, I'll look him up. There's a couple like good people that are out there like that do that. Oh, Cliff Richards, is that? I think that's what his name is. Michael Heizar. All right, I'll check him out. Save that to watch later. Interesting. Melanie doesn't want people sleeping on the Old Testament. It's great. I mean, listen, the Old Testament exists to give you a lot of context for the New Testament. There's wisdom in the Old Testament, you know, especially like from like things like Solomon talking about things, and there are some really good stories in the Old Testament that give really good context to certain things like unforgiveness and giving us a picture of who God is and who he wants to be and how he wants us to relate to him, you know? So, well, they did nothing about Jesus before 30. They removed all that because they felt it was harmful to the church. Yeah. Some believe the Nephilim were what Greek demigods were based off of. Yes, that is true. A lot of people believe that. Not a lot of people, but yeah, like a good chunk of people believe that was what was going on there. As long as people are respectful of each other, it's cool. I just revolt at people telling me I'll be condemned to hell. I mean, a lot of people do. Nobody likes being told, yo, you're going to burn in hellfire. And I don't think that that's necessarily an effective method to introduce people to any kind of relationship with the creator either, is to tell people, yo, you're going to die and bad things are going to happen to you. And so then they live in fear, perpetual fear, which the Bible tells us not to do. Like, you know, the fear of the Lord is not in constant fear of what he can do to you, because that's like, there's an entire scripture and story about that and how we're supposed to interact, like the servants with the talents and stuff. God, man, you guys are getting me way off into this. Melanie, Josiah, Jay, and Mike.
We would be honored if you would join us.
From Jesus, a child going to synagogue and learning, teaching the rabbi. We needed this stream, bro. That story is wild. Nephilim stream. I could do a Nephilim stream. Watch Gary Forbidden Frontier. I'll just do my own stream though. Listen, I watch Forbidden Frontier. I want to talk about this stuff. I don't want to watch other people talk about it. Just read what Jesus has to say. That's the best way to live. Through there are plenty of other good lessons throughout the Bible. Yeah, it's true. Like, I would never tell anybody just to pick up the Old Testament and start reading through it, you know, unless you're like really into history and that's where you wanted to learn stuff from. Yeah, to picking up the New Testament and reading the stuff from Jesus and what he had to say about things and his story and his life, and reading those things, I think are the fundamental building blocks of becoming a Christian, and knowing how we're supposed to operate and how we're supposed to conduct ourselves as Christians. And the best person to get it from, if the basis of the cornerstone at the very foundation of your religion is Christ, then learning exactly how Christ spoke on things and talked about things and understood things and instructed people is the best way to start out. So my Lord Botha says Mike's streams are always one of three things: religion, mysticism, comic, movies, games, debates, or gaming, while checking in and out of Roasting Beardo. Yeah, well, you know, we all have to find our paths. Bro, one of the crazy experiences in my life was a drive-by shooting, and there was things I can't explain, but I know God was looking out for us when that happened. That's crazy, man. I mean, I'm glad you're still here with us. Yeah. I've lived in some shitty neighborhoods, man. I know what that's like. I never, fortunately, was around a drive-by shootings, but I mean, like, we lived in neighborhoods where you were gunshot and stuff. So, what's up, Dingus? How you doing? I hope you go through the Bible reading things. I'm down with that. We'll talk about that. I could definitely look into that. Oh, Snake says Jesus died for our sins, which started from Eve eating the fruit that God put there, knowing that she would eat it. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If your understanding of how omnipotent works is I'm all knowing, and the concept that you have of that is that I know exactly how everything will happen in the way that it'll happen, and therefore I could just avoid doing things the way that I could do them, versus saying, hey, I am omnipotent and I can see all pathways and all possibilities and all potential happenings that all exist and could be and may be, because that's what free will exists as. Free will is not a line of, okay, you can follow this path and then you can deviate from. Free will is there are a plethora of paths. There's a webbing of paths, a multiverse. I'm just kidding, not a multiverse. There's a multitude of paths that one can follow, and God can see all of those. And one of those may be that Eve eats of the fruit. One of them may be that Adam eats of the fruit and not Eve. One of them may be that they both eat from the fruit. All of the stuff, if you know that all of those things exist and all of those potential paths exist, then you make contingencies and create contingencies in the history of humanity that exist to build out that web and get to the end of that web, so that you can have for people contingencies that will then help them get to where you hope humanity can one day be. Then why wouldn't you be merciful to people, and why wouldn't you just say, hey, you know what, there's a chance that somebody can make that decision or cannot make that decision, you know? I am not omnipotent, and it's very difficult to think of something through the lens of omnipotence when you're not omnipotent, you know? But it's like, it's one of those things, you know? I get people that are like angry about religion. I know a lot of people have been hurt by it and stuff like that. My life has been more enriched by it than anything. So, all right, let me catch up with this chat real quick. Man, you guys are just blowing up the chat. I love this. Take past events: Trump's assassination attempt, the Olympics, mocking the Last Supper, France blackout afterwards, George Floyd's mural struck by lightning. I mean, yeah. Bible translations get too confusing too. We trust translators too. We do. We have to. We have to take them at some context, but also part of the faith is that you don't know everything and you can't know everything. And so we have to believe certain things or come to the conclusion that some things we don't fully understand. And is that too much of a leap for us to make to want to continue to believe in the things that we believe in, you know? I think it's more important to know that you don't have all the answers. There's a lot in this existence humanity doesn't understand. Yeah. Especially when you start getting into the spirit realm, you start dealing with all that kind of stuff, bro. It's a whole nother fucking world. Some people plant seeds, some water, and others harvest. You can't necessarily do it all. Planting is as important as harvesting. It's true. Well, it's some plant, some water, but it's God that receives the harvest. Yeah. Part of faith is not having all the answers to believe anyways. 100%, man. Nothing beats Prince of Egypt. Nah, Prince of Egypt is top. It's S tier. Yes. It's S plus tier. It could just become an e-girl and make posts calling people a baguette and those who have different beliefs, demon worshippers. I could do that. Maybe I could make a lot of money doing that even. Maybe. I don't know. I could get really popular probably doing that. I don't want to do that though. I'm not particularly a fan of that word. And I'm not particularly a fan of making people feel bad about themselves and then telling them that I love them. You know, I'd rather people feel like they're being loved or not loved. Because if I'm not being loving, then that could be a conversation too of like, yo, you're kind of being an asshole. You're not being very loving. And if I'm not being loving, then that's something that you guys can call me on. That's something we can talk about, you know, because I'm not perfect. So, yeah. That's a lot. I'm going through all of this. Joseph the Great too. Why his brothers sold him, man? Yeah, they were kind of dicks to him. It was messed up. I didn't like Joseph, Prince of Dreams or King of Dreams or whatever as much. It wasn't as good as Prince of Egypt. You're under the new covenant. Yes, exactly, Cobra Prime. No two Disney 2D movies beat Prince of Egypt in my opinion. I don't think so either. Beauty and the Beast comes very close. Beauty and the Beast is really good. Specifically the opening. The opening of Beauty and the Beast is literally one of the best openings out there to a movie. That's why I think it absolutely deserved an Oscar. And then I have gone on record. I never want to repeat myself a ton, but like I have gone on record as this. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Disney version of Hunchback of Notre Dame, literally has the best opening of any movie. It's movie period. It's one of the best openings. Maybe top 5 greatest openings of any movie ever. And if it wasn't for the gargoyles, probably it would be in strong contention for Prince of Egypt level good. But those gargoyles are so god awful and they're so bad and they drag down the vibe of the movie and everything so badly that it makes the movie worse. So I've watched The Secret of Nim. Secret of Nim is wild, bro. That scared the shit out of me as a kid, actually. I just feel piety or nihilism or arrogant presumptions. I'm big enough to admit we don't have all the clue to the true nature of the universe. The synergy of the universe is evidence of something beyond. Yeah, but that's the thing too, is the human condition is to want to have faith in something or a concept of something to wrap your head around how we're supposed to live in this world and how we're supposed to conduct ourselves. And so people choose faith. And for me and my experiences and what I know and what I believe, like, Christianity was the answer to that. You know, I had a chance to choose other decisions and choose other things and walk away from things, but I've had enough experiences in my life and I've made enough decisions in my life that have led me to the point where I believe that Jesus is the answer for me and for my life, and that is how I want to live my life, and that's how I want to conduct myself, in believing that and pursuing that. So, why a farmer gotta be brown? That's a good question, bro. Treasure Planet is good. It's wildly flopped in theaters, but then again, it costs a lot of money to make. That's true. Treasure Planet is good. It's criminally underrated. I just think it came out during a bad time. So, be not afraid, right? And then Angels, yeah. You have a hate boner against Christianity. I don't think he has a hate boner. I like, listen, man, people get upset about stuff. People don't like certain things. And I can't get mad at somebody for that, because I understand people misuse a lot of things. People misuse Christianity. People misuse faith to prey on people, and that can lead to people doing things. And some people want a bigger answer than what sometimes is being presented to them. I'm not one of those. I'm probably not the guy that can present you a bigger answer, you know? Nephilim are bigger, stronger, and faster and smarter than ordinary people. Yeah. We'll have to get into it. That's a whole thing, dude. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely censorship in the Bible. I mean, I know that, but I also have to trust that, like, what I do have is enough to get me through, you know? Look at William Lane Craig. William Lane Craig. Is he a... Okay, I've actually seen this guy. Yeah, because I've seen him talk with Ben Shapiro before. I'm gonna save him too. I'll have to go through and look at some of these together. Any current day Nephilim alive? I don't know. You know, I really don't know. That's a really good question. Maybe if they did exist, you know, I think that the genetics is severely diluted, but that could be why we get some people that are as big as they are. And I know that they say, like, well, gigantism, but we know that gigantism is a thing that happens to people. And we know that you have very specific features. Could that be a genetic trait that leads to those features being unlocked? I don't know, man. So, read Proverbs, then read it again. There you go. Lack of logic in the chat, though. Well, listen, man. We're just a bunch of people talking about stuff. I'm glad the word meek is in the Bible, right? That was kind of wild. And Rough Night talking about, yeah, my parents are still in the cult and refuse to accept what it is, so it's kind of a point of contention, which just sucks. Yeah. Cults are awful. This is a fault in religion. People who interpret and believe their own method of what it is or isn't. Imagine if we had some Muslim and Jewish people in here, chat would be all out war. Yeah, I don't want that, though. I don't want people all out war. Listen, I like that we're having discussions, guys. I don't want anybody getting upset or feeling piled upon. The point is, like, the point of these streams, even why we even get into these concepts or conversations, is just to talk about stuff, man. You know, like, to have conversations about things that are going on and you know, stuff like that, and having conversations about what we think about or believe. So so if we're all incest babies from Adam and Eve, can I sweet home Alabama my super second cousin? Joking, of course. That's wild, bro. That's wild. Like, you want to talk about Genesis? I've been studying it all year with lots of research, all the way to the Tower of Babel. Oh, that's rad, man. That's really cool. Who here is boycotting the Olympics? I don't like the Olympics at all, so I'm definitely not watching them. Jedi Master clapped dim cheeks for $4.99. Says Leon isn't here to help disrail this serious conversation. I will. Shut the fuck up. Right? Damn, bro. That's a good way to do it. All right, I'm just trying to catch up with chat. Hi, Miss Rough Night. Good to see you. Hey, have a good night. Cajun Corey, I appreciate you. Tom Patriot said I was more hurt by the Alphabet Mafia than I was by Christians. I mean, that's fair. I'm not sure, but I think you guys are confusing omniscience and omnipotent in your discussions. Maybe. Mike, what day is it? Is it hump day? It's not hump day for me yet. I'm still a day off of hump day. We're getting really close to James Overwork. Hey, what's up, B-Man? Good morning. Hate and love all you, which is the most human thing one can say. There you go. You're not very loving to Beardo, and I enjoy it. That's wild. That's funny. Yeah, I'm definitely not watching the Olympics. Disney's Gargoyles was awesome. Dude, Gargoyles was legit. I was actually thinking about that the other day. I was like, dude, Keith David is kind of criminally underrated. Yeah, he's pretty criminally underrated. So he said Beardo fat. Dingo says Beardo fat. That's wild. Before I gave my life to Christ, I was close to embracing Norse paganism. I know a couple people that believe in that. So. I've been turning away from rap. Several family members like that Kendrick diss. It annoys me. I like some of Kendrick's stuff. His diss, like, that's not his best work. Here's the thing. I think Kanye and Kendrick are making their best work when they're being real, but when they're like talking about like the Lord and stuff like that. Like Kanye's at his best when he's actually pursuing faith. In my personal opinion. So, Treasure Planet was deliberately sabotaged by Disney because they had to give the movie to the director and they didn't want to do the art style he wanted anymore, so they didn't market it. That makes sense. Well, because I know that, like, so Treasure Planet was actually a favor called in, because the guys that did Treasure Planet, they did Hercules and Aladdin and another movie, Little Mermaid, I think, and they didn't want to make Aladdin. I think that's what it was. They didn't want to make Aladdin, but they were like, or they wanted to make Treasure Planet. They're like, no, make Aladdin. And then they're like, okay, cool. Can we do Treasure Planet now? This Treasure Island thing. Can we do this? And they're like, yeah. You can do that, but we need one more movie from you. And so basically, Hercules was a favor done for Disney by these guys. I don't remember their names now. Let me look up who did Hercules. Let me look up who did Treasure Planet. Like Disney was like, fine, you can do it, we'll let you do it, but like we just like to get there and do that, they had to do Hercules first. And that makes sense though, that yeah, Disney was already moving away from that, and so they didn't want to like really market it or push it. John Musker and Ron Clements, there we go. Yeah, because they were really passionate about that. So being giant is a tism. Autistic people are part giants, confirmed. That's wild. Although there's a lot of conversations to be had about autism being a different part of our brain working, and that's why sometimes you get people that are hyper intelligent, you know, and have like how we get people like, I don't remember the name for it now, but like people like Rain Man, you know, or you get people that are like oh my god, savants. Like how you get savants and stuff that are like locked in and dialed in like a thing, and they could do so well on it. So just got a major case of deja vu. Did you really? You talk about why Eve was made from Adam's rib. I mean, I don't know. I didn't make humans. So another person is Michael Jones of the Inspiring Philosophy YouTube channel. Okay. People talking about stuff. We just chilling. That's always fun. Yeah, that's all we're doing is talking about. Words only have the tone you let them have in your head. Pretend everyone is happy and there's no drama. There you go. Somebody's like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck you, buddy. And they're like, oh yeah, that's a good thing. 9 minutes till hump day. Yeah, we're closing in on it. I remember I said I was going to be 2 hours. Yeah, that didn't happen. I miss you too, Miss Rough Night. Mike's chat is lagging too much, or too much chat to read. It's too much chat to read. I'm just scrolling down now. Rain Man. Savants, thank you. Heard the Apache started their own new religion by praying to Apache Jesus. I'm a Native American from different reservations. Can't believe it's getting out of hand in our country. More natives becoming figs. Interesting. I don't know anything about that. That's kind of wild. But yeah, John Musker and Ron Clements. Yeah, they really, really wanted to do Treasure Island. So Gargoyles was also 90% of the TNG cast. Yes, it was. Yeah. Which means that we got robbed that Keith David wasn't in Star Trek. Because I don't think he was. I can't remember him being there. Real quick. Okay, I got to pull this up. Everybody's been asking me to do this. I got to pull up the theme song for this Joe Hendry guy. Because people talk about him a lot. So I got to pull this up. All right, Joe Hendry. I'm just going to play the very beginning of it because I'll probably get copyright struck. But yeah.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry, 'cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo.
What are you guys doing? Jeremy will find your ability to keep up with chat so well disturbing. That's funny. Bro, Goliath is goated. Yeah. There's a better one where you can actually see him. Yeah, that's probably his Titantron one. Let me see if I can find that one. What are you guys doing to me, man? What are you guys doing to me, bro? There's an official music video?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. All right, we'll pull up the music. What are we doing? I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Oh my fucking goodness. You believe in Joe Hendry? I don't think so anymore. That's blasphemous. Yeah, that feels blasphemous, bro. Here's the fact of the matter, said Brotimus Prime. Anyone not following the word of God, not the perverted word, the actual word of God, is blaspheming. I mean, yeah. But I'm also like just not trying to lecture people in the Bible right now. Beardo's not streaming because he's afraid of Mike. Yeah, dude, Beardo's having a rough time on Tuesday night's main event, man. He was having a rough go. He was like, this might be, and he's like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I'm like, oh snap, bro. See, when people ask questions, all goes to shit. It didn't go to shit. I don't feel like it went to shit. I'm having a good time. I can hear, when I hear that song, I just hear Green Arrow saying, you have failed the city. Yeah. And then there's this. All right, let's pull this up.
He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. 'Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
What are we doing?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Never. No, we're done, bro. No, bro, that's wild. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's some wild shit, dude. Oh my god. That's wild, dude. What the fuck? That's why everybody was talking about. You're in trouble now. I guess so. What's up, not monetized video? That's wild, bro. I believe in Joe Hendry. I'm like, bro. Nah, man. That's some crazy shit. I think I used to have the same pants. That's crazy. Oh my god, bro. That's some dude. I will say, okay, this is a question I'm going to ask you guys. Because I am curious. What, now you won't stop singing it? Yeah, it's going to be stuck in my head. Fuck you guys. That's the point. Embrace the cringe. This is like yeah, like this is the thing. It's like earworm. Like it infects us, so it makes you infect everyone else around you. Now the Bureau can't copy Doc anymore. He'll probably be discount Joe Hendry now. That's wild. I think he's copying Kai Cenat now. Let me see here. I had Treasure Planet up. Putting that away. All right. Yeah, there's a ton more I could talk about right now, but man, we got way out in the weeds there. I do want to hear though, I just want to get like a general idea. What are you guys' favorite theme songs from like WWE like wrestlers? It doesn't have to be WWE necessarily. What is your favorite pro wrestling theme song? That's what I want. I just want like a list of you guys, like just off the top of your like heads. What's the first thing? Because like when I was younger, Batista's "I Walk Alone" theme was my favorite. Like, dude, hands down. Like, but also, recently, the other one I thought was like kind of criminally underrated, but he also has kind of been criminally underrated with Dolph Ziggler's theme. Dolph Ziggler kind of had like a boss ass theme at the beginning. Batista, I Walk Alone. Yep, that's a good one. Scotty 2 Hottie's intro. That's wild, dude. Scotty 2 Hottie was good. No Chance. That's a good one too. I don't remember what Scotty 2 Hottie's music was. Okay, let me pull up Scotty 2 Hottie's theme because I don't remember how his theme went. God, this is bad. I shouldn't do this. Oh my God, another Kamala ad. Bro, this is out of control. This is wild. All right, here we go. Bro, Scotty 2 Hottie was on like another level. Not even like low level. He was on another level, bro. I believe in Joe Hendry theme. That's crazy. Saw you bobbed your head. You low-key loved it. No. I was shaking my head. No, I was sad. All time or now. Either one works. The Undertaker's goated, dude. Stone Cold's Disturbed music was a good one too. Yeah. Do you think WWE is trying to steal TNA talent? Probably. I think they're probably trying to steal everybody's talent. They don't want competition, bro. Cult of Personality is the top. Yeah, Cult of Personality is a good one. Cult of Personality. Never watched WWE, but I was curious if you like Shabuzi. What is Shabuzi? I don't know who that is or what that is. The rapper? I don't know if I've ever listened to Shabuzi. Wrestling, I'm out. LOL, joking. I just wanted to hear that. That's like the last one I wanted to do. Thank you, Monday's Child. I appreciate that, man. People mistake being a coward, Christian, for being a coward. You don't have to be a coward, and you shouldn't. Remember the Crusades. I mean, you know, Crusades were kind of. There's a lot of mixed things in the Crusades, though. Y2J, that's a good one. I do definitely know as much as Beardo about wrestling. I just wanted to hear what people thought. Batista, I Walk Alone, Undertaker, Edge. Edge's was a good one. Metalingus, yeah. Batista's pyro is actually mental as well. Dude, he had the best pyro. Batista had my favorite entrance of any wrestler ever, second only to The Rock. Bro, that the Gatling gun entrance was like one of the coolest things I'd ever seen when he first debuted that bitch and just like pop hit his thigh. He just like do boom boom and then like the pyros like followed him along the Gatling gun. Dude, that shit was so rad. Vince McMahon's No Chance is good. Booker T's Can You Dig It? Can you dig it, sucker? Taker, Bells, Randy Orton voices, and then in the game, those are all really good ones. See, I actually like Randy Orton's Burning My Light more. That's still my favorite theme from Randy. The Legend Killer is probably my favorite version of Randy Orton. I like Randy now. I think he's very talented. He's definitely a Hall of Famer, but my favorite version of Randy was the Legend Killer. I lived down the street from Scott Hall growing up. Dude, that's rad. As a Motorhead fan, the game is a given. Yeah. I love, dude, the game. And then Evolution or Evolution's theme. Evolution. Yeah. Evolution is a mystery. Yeah, dude, that theme song was so fucking rad, dude. Motorhead went hard as fuck. The New Age Outlaws is the GOAT next to the Road Warriors. I dig it. Real American, period, full stop. I am a real American. Mankind Schizophrenic. That was a good one, too. Was it No Sound again? Oh, jeez. I fucked it up. Well, then I can't get copyright struck. Oh, well. Pulled a J, yeah. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, yeah. So I pay for premium. That's fair. I'm not going to pay for premium. I'm not paying you. They pay me. Kamala is our best hope for the future of democracy is a wild thing to say. Chris Jericho's using saliva's king of my world. Interesting. Ric Flair of all time. Yeah. Glad I didn't have to listen to that. That's fair. We couldn't hear that, bro. It's better that you couldn't hear it, okay? It's better. Now I remember what it sounds like, but I'm not going to get copyright struck by WWE. Shabuzi doesn't rap his country. Oh, okay. Well, it was a black dude with dread, so I assumed that it was probably going to be like rap, like maybe rap country. I don't listen to country music. I'm not a fan of country music, actually. With the exception of maybe like some of Johnny Cash's stuff. And then a couple of songs by Dolly Parton. Yeah. That's about it. I was at Blink-182 show in Boston, and the band walked out to the Undertaker's theme. That's rad. Yeah, I didn't know anything about Shabuzi. I'll save one of his songs, and I'll check it out. I obviously can't listen to him right now, or else I get copyright struck, because YouTube's awful. What's up, Apollo Patriot? Helio, I went to listen to the whole Joe Hendry song. It's kind of catchy. Don't do that. Oh, you didn't know? Yo ass better call somebody. Fozzie's Judas for Jericho and AEW is super solid. I haven't heard that one, so... Randy Orton's I Hear Voices is damn good. I know a lot of people really like that one. Dude, what was the cringiest WWE opening? That's a good one. Probably the Spirit Squad. The Spirit Squad was pretty fucking rough. That was a rough gimmick. Edge's theme is great. Yeah, you think you know me. There's a lot of romanticism of the Crusades. They were super cool, but yeah, morally subjective. Yeah, there was a lot of kind of a mess in there. Legend Killer is by far his best version. Yeah, dude, I just loved, I also love Randy's, like when he do his arms or whatever, like when he get on the turnbuckle and do his arms, and they have like the shower of like golden like pyros dropping. Dude, that was always so rad. Kane's theme, that's true. Kane's theme and Kane are criminally undervalued. That is very true. I do agree. The Chemical or whatever, dude, Chemical was that song went hard as fuck. Give me the drug you know I'm after. I'm like, oh shit, bro. Degeneration X by Rage was also good. Yeah, that's true. Break it down. What's up, Ron is wrong? Are you ready? Yeah, dude, me and my buddy, like, we're obsessed with Degeneration X. So me and my buddy, I mean, I watched wrestling before this, but I got my buddy into it, like my best friend into it too. And he got really interested in it. And we were huge fans of wrestling and watched a bunch of it. And this was when MySpace still existed. And this was a different time in the internet. We actually found Shawn Michaels and Triple H both had MySpace profiles. Okay. And we were like, oh, these must not be the real ones or whatever. We were like, yo, you guys are awesome, blah, blah, blah. Or we thought they were awesome. And we were like, yo, I wonder if like they actually like are them. And we're like, no, we're like, I mean, they're probably not or whatever. And a bunch of people kept saying to Triple H, yo, this isn't real, blah, blah, blah. This is fake. And he goes, if you guys want to know if I'm real, you got like, I'll prove to you. Don't ever ask me to do this again. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find, I don't even know if I can find this anymore. It was DX. It was when DX had first got back together again, and it was huge. I remember we were all excited. And right before one of the matches on like a pay-per-view event, they get ready to do their match, and Triple H said, hey, I will, before I go out, I'll scratch my ear. And this was before the pay-per-view had dropped. So the pay-per-view is going on, and Triple H gets ready to come out. Before he stops, and he goes to everybody, and then they did their fucking intro, and we were like freaking out. We're like, holy shit, it's really them. Like, they're really on fucking MySpace right now. It was like the coolest thing ever. And then MySpace fell apart and nobody used it anymore. So dude, Nappy Roots is good. All my life been po, but it really don't matter no more. The real edge interest is Tony Chimel calling the rated R superstar. That's true. Kenny Omega's theme, Battle Cry, that's a good one. It kind of means deflecting. I mean, I am deflecting because I'm trying not to get into more conversation about religion right now. Old Renaissance Boomer for $5 says, it's not wrestling, but one of the coolest entrances ever was playing Hell's Bells as reliever Trevor Hoffman came onto the field so to close the game. That's rad. No, that's awesome. I think that's totally valid. Cringiest Bailey's face music. That's fair. Sent you an email with updated draft. Okay, cool. I have not checked my email in a little bit. I'm very behind on that. George the Animal Steel. That's a good one. I enjoy how you turn this into wrestling talk. I got you, fam. Mike, install uBlock Origin add-on blocks ads protect you. Okay, uBlock. Let me see if I can find that. All right, I will keep my eye on this one. Cool. Real American stuck in my head. Dude, a Real American's a good one. Not a big country fan either. I like some of the 90s stuff, but nowadays it's just pop music with a fake country accent. Interesting. Absolutely talking people's heads off weekly with the punt. Even Mae Young wasn't safe. Oh, dude, yeah. Dude, Rating was going around fucking up everybody, bro. Macho Man Randy Savage theme song. Oh, yeah. All lit up dudes in tights and makeup walking out to dramatic entrances. They're all cringe. Well, guess what? I love wrestling, and I used to want to be a wrestler back in the day. So, bro, when the dinosaurs roamed the earth? Kidding. That's funny. What's a MySpace? I don't know. Something from a long forgotten past. Fear the Joe Hendry for 199 says, do you believe? Yes, I believe Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry, bro. Shawn Michaels Heartbreak Kid. That was also a really good one. I miss MySpace. I do too, actually. It was literally Facebook before Facebook. Yeah, but then Facebook came along and everybody's like, no, you gotta get on Facebook. And I'm like, Facebook is gay, bro. Like, MySpace is way cooler, bro. You could customize your page. You have fucking music on there. Now, some people overdid it. Yes, but always, everybody does. But, like, I like the personality and the personal, like, touch you could put on all your shit. In your top 8 or your top 3 and whatever. We, like, learned coding so you could, like, change things on your page. Your MySpace code page and stuff. And you had fucking Facebook. And it was, like, fucking super fucking neutered and shit, and it still is, had no personality whatsoever. Dude, I fucking hated Facebook. I still fucking hate Facebook, and I'm pissed off that everybody ran over to Facebook, that everybody bought into all the propaganda and shit. Because here's the thing, what Facebook started doing to get people to buy into it, they started buying ads in television shows for like tweens, like CW television shows and shit like that. They'd be like, oh, Facebook, oh, I'm on my Facebook profile, oh, I'm gonna go check out my Facebook. And they're like, hey guys, if you want to interact with the show more, get on Facebook and shit like that. And that's what they did to like trick people, so that everybody thought Facebook was cooler instead of MySpace. And fuck, dude, I'm pissed that MySpace is gone still. Back in the day before Facebook youngsters, we had this thing called MySpace. It was like the first really big social media. There were others before, but this is the one that everybody had. Yeah. And then there was Mindsay, and Mindsay never really took off. Nappy Roots, my shit. Yeah. Intros, I gotta say, Stone Cold, Triple H, Edge, and I believe in Joe Hendry. That's wild, bro. Mike didn't know that people control those pages with pass info onto the wrestlers. I mean, maybe, but Triple H still confirmed that he had some kind of connection to it, which was kind of surprising. The Bushwhacker had a horrible theme like hillbilly music or something. The Joe Hendry greater than a Real American changed my mind. That's a wild thing to say, Can Man. I hate pop country. Shabuzi's pretty good music. Okay. I mean, I'll check it out. If it's super country, I'll probably hate it, but you'll have to remind me whether or not I liked it or not. Hardy Boys, Triple H, Motorhead, NWO, Wolfpack, those are always good ones too. You would have been an awesome wrestler. Well, thank you. I would have tried. You would still be a wrestler? I don't know if I want to now. Maybe if I could get like a quick run through like NXT or something, like get in really good shape and do like a quick run through it, maybe. But I want to get this Epic Verse stuff started first. Meta is gay. It's very gay, dude. MySpace is way better. I agree. What's up, Pony Alf? Welcome back, man. Are you ready? Cause Bonesaw is ready. What would Mike's wrestling name be? I was just gonna go with my regular name. I don't know. Like, typically they give you your own things. They don't really let you come up with your own names. So like, I don't know what they would have given me for a name. Rate your friends, right? Dude, I remember how personal it was when you got removed off somebody's top 8. Like, oh shit, I must have done something. And then like the first time like you saw somebody like in a relationship with, and then like that relationship would stop, you know. I also had a buddy. Well, this happened a lot. We're different friends. They would like, you know, when you could do like your own URL, your personal URL, their personal URLs were like, I love my boyfriend or I love my girlfriend, and their name, whoever their boyfriend or girlfriend was and shit. And so then when they'd break up, they'd have to make a new MySpace profile. And I'm like, bro, stop making new profiles. That happened a lot. Take your word for it, Gramps. That's wild. That hurts. That cuts deep. I thought you knew your friends were mad at them. You moved them down the list. Yes, that's absolutely it, bro. To his prime, you're like, fuck that guy. I'm moving him down. I'm moving him off. And then they'd be like, yo, what's up? Why am I not on your top 8 anymore, bro? Yeah. Now Facebook looks like a boomer outdated site. It is. It is a boomer outdated site, bro. It's fucked. Only social media I use is X. I still have a Facebook, but my Facebook is for personal use. Like I connect with like, I mean, fuck, they already stole all my data, but I use it to connect with like friends and stuff that I haven't seen in a long time, like that I went to school with and stuff. That's why I did that. All right, guys, we're gonna start winding down. Sandroka, what's going on? Welcome in. Is MySpace the medieval ages of the internet? It's the medieval ages of social media. Shout out to Doink the Clown. Can you picture Mike as a luchador with a mask? Maybe. I don't know if I would. That might have been kind of fun. I only use Facebook to talk about rock and metal with other metalheads. Yeah, there's like some groups and stuff that I'm part of on Facebook that I just haven't left. But like if all of that stopped happening, like I would just fucking delete Facebook. I wouldn't use it. Shabuzi's bar song has 85 million views in 3 months. Damn, bro. I'd love to do a run in NXT with Tricky Williams as my tag partner. There you go. Hot or not. This live stream is 10 out of 10. 199 out of 10. Well, thank you. Dude, I'm having a good time hanging out with you guys. So I know I do got to wind it down. Mike dressed up like Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's theme was also kind of underrated. I think he had 2 different ones. I know he had one by POD, but then he also, who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y, Mysterio. Yeah, that one was kind of rad. MySpace of medieval ages, then I'm from the Jurassic period during dial-up. I mean, that's fair. My NES copy of Batman isn't working. My life is ruined. Did you try blowing into the thing? I know they say you're not supposed to, but it worked. Will Epicverse make a MySpace equivalent? Hell no. Maybe we'll just bring back MySpace. We'll buy MySpace and use it. Yeah. Because that's the thing. Oh, dude. This is like my last little, like, whining, complaining thing. I don't remember what the name of it is now, what the name of it was. But there used to be a website that you could make music playlists on. And they had everything, dude. Like people would upload recordings of things, so you have theme songs and music and sound clips and all kinds of stuff, and it was all over. And I don't remember the name of this website anymore, but I fucking loved it because I had all these playlists on this website of all this different music and all these different songs, and I had like over 1,000 fucking songs on this playlist back in the day, because like you couldn't just like save playlists to shit all the time unless you were like wealthy enough to have an iPod or whatever. And fucking MySpace, as they were going under, I mean, they're still around, but MySpace fucking bought them. And I wish I remember the name of it. But yeah, MySpace fucking bought the company. Fucking hell. And I don't remember the name of it now. And they bought this playlist company, and I lost all my fucking playlists. And they're like, oh, hey, well, if you signed up after this time on that website, then this will be a playlist that you can use, or you can have your playlists. But I had created an account well before then, and so I lost my playlist with all my music on it. And then MySpace didn't fucking do anything with it, dude. And I was pissed. Still to this day, pissed about it. Mike still browses with Netscape? No, fuck that. MySpace's music site now. Yeah, it's all fucked up, dude. I hate it. Mike uses Ask Jeeves. That's wild, dude. Another banger of a stream. Always a good time in here. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Mike would have made a way better Nacho than Jack Flack. I mean, he did a good job, but then he went crazy. There's Space Hey. It's an OG MySpace clone. Really? I'll have to check that out. Maybe. Is Epicverse making a Joe Hendry movie? Epicverse making a Joe Hendry movie when? Soon. I don't know. Epic Mike stream becoming one of my favorite. The interaction is where it's at. Well, thank you. I appreciate the dirty jersey. I like hanging out with you guys. Not LimeWire, not SoundCloud. It was like a really weird one. It had like a really weird name to it. And let me see. Hold on. I don't remember the name of it now, dude. And when I remember it, I'm gonna be pissed when I finally remember it. Oh man, they used to have the name of it, and yeah, I don't remember what it was called. There's Project Playlist, but that wasn't the name of the website. It was something else. Anyways, and they bought that website, and I was pissed because I couldn't. Then I lost my fucking playlist and like forever. But I wish I remember the name of that fucking website. It wasn't LimeWire. It wasn't Napster either. Mike was making those gay little Linkin Park Dragon Ball Z shit, wasn't he? No, I wasn't that cringe. Rubbing alcohol 90% or higher. Yes, that's a good one too, Jose Taco. I only enjoyed play Facebook to play that damn farm game with friends, then left it. That's true. I did that too. Winamp really kicks the llama's ass. Napster and LimeWire were sweet. I had so many burnt CDs. Yeah, so my mom was really into tech and like really involved in the tech scene. She would not let me have Napster or LimeWire. She was like, nope. Although she did pirate games for me sometimes. She'd be like, yo, like I downloaded like the key and everything, the cracked key for this like game, and then you could play games and stuff like that on there. Yeah. Been using Opera since the 90s. Nut scrape ick. Yeah, that's fair. I use Opera GX right now. And I know somebody told me that it's awful. I liked Opera GX. I haven't had any problems with it, and I like it for streaming a lot. It wasn't Audacity either. I wish I knew. It was a really obscure fucking website. And it had like a weird name. Let's hear about Napster and LimeWire. Nobody talks about FrostWire. I remember FrostWire. Oh, you're talking about something else. Yeah, it was just a website where you could make playlists of music. That was all, but I don't remember what it was called. And MySpace bought it and fucked it all up. But I don't remember the name. It wasn't Kaza. Man. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Let me check this out. Maybe this is it. I don't know. Is it Project Playlist? See, it used to be called something different than that, but maybe Project Playlist. It was something like Project Playlist. I don't know if it was actually Project Playlist though. But anyways, yeah, and then fucking MySpace bought it. Maybe it was them. I don't know. Yeah, no, okay, it was. Okay, no, so it's iMeme. It was iMeme. Fuck, I figured it out. Holy shit. Yeah, it was called iMeme, and MySpace then bought it. IMEEM, and MySpace then bought it, took it over, and then they shut down the website itself and integrated it into their fucking website. And then they're like, oh, you can get your old iMeme playlist back. But since the rise of like the DMCA strikes, now you can't even get on there, and like MySpace doesn't have music on it anymore because a bunch of these are like, you don't have like music on your playlist anymore because they basically started DMCA striking all these channels and stuff. So MySpace is like, we don't want to get in trouble. So they removed all music abilities. ICQ, damn, that was old school, bro. I mean, thank you, Keating Deplorable. I'm so glad that you fucking remembered. Dude, I mean, yes. Dude, fuck yeah. King Deplorable coming in clutch, bro. I mean, hell fucking yeah. What's up, Brandon? How you doing, buddy? Bop Monopoly. Just making him up now. That's wild. Justin Timberlake bought MySpace. Did he really? What a waste of money, dude. Is MySpace even still around? Yeah, it still exists. They just don't do anything with it. Dude, I mean, fucking hell. King Deplorable. I just downloaded YouTube vids with great sound and I can create MP3s from the video. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, this is MySpace now. I'll pull it up. It's kind of garbage. Yeah, like this is MySpace now. You can like sign up and stuff. I don't remember what my old account name is or anything. But like, look at this. Look how fucking broken it is. Yeah. Fucking MySpace sucks, bro. Yeah, they're just like post shit. They're just trying to stay alive. I don't even know like how old. Like, this looks like recent. No, hold on. This is old. House of the Dragon. So it launched later this year. So this is before. That's how old it is. So like, yeah, MySpace is basically fucking dead now. Talking about fucking House of the Dragon launching. Yeah. Well, it's fucking gone now. Can Man got it first. Yeah, Can Man. Well, Can Man called it out too. Well, look at you guys both. I remember the name at like 4 a.m. Right? What's your favorite new metal bands? I'm not sure actually. I don't know that I listen to a ton of new metal. Hold on, let me look up new metal bands. I also am terrible about fucking knowing what the name of like. Oh, okay, Linkin Park. If Linkin Park is new metal, then it's Linkin Park, hands down. Like, dude, I grew up with fucking Linkin Park. Linkin Park was one of my fucking favorite bands as a kid growing up. The System of a Down counts. I fucking love System of a Down as well. I haven't listened to them in a long time, but yeah. Wave your hand side to side and say I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is the prestigious one. That's so crazy. Still have a tripod website I made in the 90s. It's still up. GeoCities is long gone. Yeah, GeoCities, when that went down, that was a bummer, dude. MySpace was coded in HTML.1. That's wild. By the way, Brandon, I hope you're doing well, bro. I know you guys have been working your asses off at the warehouse and stuff, man. So good luck with you guys, and good luck with the new launch for Ripazine 2. Appreciate you guys. So System of a Down is GOAT, yeah. When Yahoo, MSN, and AOL hell had text chat rooms, always some Frenchmen would come and assault everyone, would tell the joke. How many Frenchmen does it take to defend Paris? Don't know. Still waiting to find out. That's funny. Yeah, I had a lot of conversation, dude, with AOL Messenger. And like, yeah, hitting on girls and stuff from school like that. So for handicapped people, it's System of a Down. That's wild. Chester died on the birthday of Chris Cornell. They were both working on child trafficking videos. No surprise there. That's wild. Looks like MySpace died Pi Day 2022. Really? That's crazy. Can't stand any new metal. Just can't get into it. Linkin Park is any kind of metal, then I'm black. We appreciate it. I'm tired of shit. I bet you guys are, man. Yeah. I know Ripa said he like fucking passed out and slept and shit. And I was like, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, Linkin Park. I liked Alien Ant Farm. Alien Ant Farm was cool. I dug them. I listened to them a little bit in high school. I'm going down a list of like different new metal bands. Some of these I didn't know. I love Breaking Benjamin. I don't listen to them as much anymore, but I really like Breaking Benjamin. I remember Bury Your Dead. I listened to a little bit of their stuff. Yeah, that's old school though, man. That's like really fucking old school. Deftones. I listened to some of the Deftones. Is Evanescence considered new metal? I listened to a little bit of Evanescence. Yeah. Pioneers of new metal is Korn. I liked some of Korn stuff, but I didn't listen to. I never got really into Korn. The song that got me like listening to Korn a little bit was Coming Undone. And then they did like their crossover with like Lean With It, Rock With It or whatever. That was kind of wild, dude, when they did that. So Alien Ant Farm was only cool when they covered MJ. Yeah, that's fair. Pioneers of new metal is Korn. Mine was Metallica. OnlyFans would be way more interesting if they had to make their own pages using Flash, right? So you actually have to know how to code and shit like that. That's wild. Stained. Okay, yeah, I listened to Stained. I never got into Rob Zombie or Fear Factory. I listened to Bullet for My Valentine. I wonder, does that mean, hold on. I listened to a little bit of Cutlass. Fuck, we're just going down the list. I'm just going through like alphabetical order. Fuck Hoobastank. I didn't like them. Flyleaf. So I was a huge fucking Flyleaf fan. I still love Flyleaf and Lacey Sturm. Those guys were fucking like, dude, Flyleaf was my shit. Let me see here. Yeah. I never really got into Limp Bizkit. That was never like my jam either. They were fine. Like, I know a lot of people like them, but I just never got really super into them. POD. I dug POD back in the day. At least their first two albums. What was the first? Satellite? Is that their first album? Yeah, Satellite was rad. Satellite. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And then Testify. I remember listening to Testify. Dude, yeah. POD was fucking rad. Pop Evil. They're actually from, so Pop Evil's from like near where I went to high school. One of the guys from Pop Evil I actually went to high school with. But I didn't ever really listen to Pop Evil. I never got super into them. But I remember like meeting one of the guys and talking to him in person and stuff. He was pretty cool. Rage Against the Machine. I used to love Rage Against the Machine until they were like, make sure you mask up and don't come to our concerts unvaccinated. And I was like, okay, you guys can get fucked. You guys are supposed to be like anti-establishment. Shinedown. I listened a little bit of Shinedown. Skillet. I like Skillet. They were like a Christian band, so I listened to Skillet when I was younger. Never got into Slipknot. That was never like one of my big things. Yeah, System of a Down. Obviously, System of a Down's fucking rad. I still listen to System of a Down. 3 Days Grace. I listened to 3 Days Grace a little bit. Fuck, these are some old school names, bro. I haven't listened to these guys in fucking forever. All right, let me catch up with you guys going down the list. This kind of, dude, we got a totally another fucking topic. And I was trying to wind down. Sum 41 is rad. Lacey, dude, Lacey Sturm is gorgeous. You asked Mike about A Tribe Called Quest and fucking nothing. Dude, who asked me about A Tribe Called Quest? I fucking love A Tribe Called Quest. Yeah. I listen to that shit, dude. How are we rating Nickelback? I liked some of Nickelback songs when I was in high school. I don't think everything about them is terrible. I do think that they're definitely very like formulaic. So I wouldn't say like I am in love with Nickelback. Like some people are like, hey, you either love Nickelback or you hate them. I'm like, nah, they're fine. I think some of their songs are fine. Their cover of or the song that they did for Spider-Man 2 with Josie Scott was fucking rad. Or no, for Spider-Man 1. What was the name of that song? Oh yeah, Hero. Yeah. They say that a hero can save us. Not gonna stand here and wait. I hold on to the wings of... Yeah, dude, that song was fucking rad. That's PLD's fourth album. They started as hardcore punk in the mid-90s. Okay. Rage Against the Machine started shilling for the Machine. Yeah, they fucking did, dude. Sounds worse than Satellite from Rise Against. Ooh. I remember Daryl, Dimebag, and Pantera. Cowboys from Hell was their best for me. Okay. Stolen Babies. Never listened to them. Rage with the Machine, right? Like, you got Rage while the Machine rams you up the ass. Yeah. I've listened to so many things. I've listened to a lot of different songs, too. I just don't listen to country a whole lot. I listen to fucking everything, dude. Satellite's their fourth album. Okay, yeah. 94. I was 4 years old in 1994, so that's why I didn't listen to them back then. Commies Against the Establishment, sure, right? I used to love Jack White before he went full TDS. I prefer Dan Auerbach, the Black Keys. Yeah, I like Jack White a lot. Yeah, he has some good stuff, some banger stuff back in the day. Bro Skill is alright, but that song Monster bothers the fuck out of me. Interesting. I barely remember that song. I'd have to listen to it again. Incubus, okay. No, I just said A Tribe Called Quest. Tribe Called Quest is rad. So Skillet live first time I heard them. Guar, I didn't listen to Guar. Nickelback's pretty much like post grunge and alternative rock. Their early stuff is good. Yeah, I don't hate I didn't hate some of their early stuff. They just got like Beardo got owned tonight. Yeah, he almost cracked a little bit. He was cracking a little bit at the seams. And then Monsters on Dudes is like I feel it deep within. It's just beneath me. My skin. What the fuck is it? Deep within, just skin deep. Make up your mind. God, that's funny. I got the same kind of playlist. Nice. Seal, dude, I love Seal. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels. Yeah. Never made it as a wise man. Oh yeah, dude. This is how you remind me. I want to say Chris Cornell is the best vocalist ever. Fuck everybody. That's fair. Saw Incubus with Deftones in concert. Best concert. That's rad, dude. And Nickelback's issue was it got way overplayed. You can only hear the same song, 5 same songs so many times. That's fair. Song's called Hero. Thank you. Chad Kroeger featuring lead singer from Saliva. Yeah, Josie Scott. Yeah, dude, that song is fucking rad. Yeah. This is one of the best. Like, Spider-Man 1 is good anyways, but that was one of the other great things about Spider-Man 1 was they got that song with it. Someone told me love would all save us. This is kind of, I don't know, metal singer's pretty good. What was his name? Van Dask? Like his stuff. Yeah, Van Dask is pretty cool. Nickelback is so hated, yet they sell out concerts. Something don't add up here. Yeah. The Butthole Surfers has some trippy songs that inspired Kurt Cobain. Fortunately, he met his wife at one of their concerts. Ooh. Oh, fuck, Rage for the Machine, right? Lamb of God. I never listened to Lamb of God a lot. Did they do were they the ones that did Stand Alone, though? I stand alone. It might have been that one. That song was rad. New Green Day love here. I liked some of Green Day stuff, but I never really got super into them. I fucking hate American Idiot. That's like, I never liked that song. Not because of like the words. I just didn't fucking like the song in general. And people were like, "Oh, the American Idiot's pretty great." I was like, okay, yeah, I guess. I also liked AFI. AFI was fucking rad. They were about the same time. They were in high school. I was listening to them all the time. Jazz rap is elite. Yeah. Creed. How's no one said Creed? I didn't know they were new metal. I like Creed. I like Creed more that I'm older now too. I was listening to what's it called the other day? Fuck it. I'm gonna have to find it on my playlist. Hold on. Not Hero. Higher. Can you take me higher? Mike rocking the Spice Girls ringtone? No. I haven't listened to them in a long time though. Spice Girls. Kiss from a Rose. Yeah, dude. It's so good. Batman Forever. Yeah, dude. That was also the best thing to come out of Batman Forever. Megabeth is top 5 band for me. Okay. Yeah, Creed. Just said that to my wife. Yeah, Creed was rad. Jazz fusion, my favorite genre outside of rock metal. Okay. I respect that. Any Humphrey McGee fans here? I don't know who that is. Mike, I'm finally on my way home. Well, congrats. I'm glad you're going to be home soon. Look at this graph. I'm glad you're going to be home, Mr. Rough Night. That's awesome. Sean Williams is goated. Ray Charles, Shake a Tail Feather from the Blue Brothers. Yeah, dude, Ray Charles is goated. Georgia is still probably my favorite song by him, but I love I love Ray Charles. Faith No More lead singer. Sorry, I don't think I understand that. That Godsmack was I Stand Alone. Yeah, I didn't listen to a lot of Disturbed either. Alter Bridge, dude. Yeah, you think you know me because they did fucking Edge's song. Yeah, Godsmack. Yeah, the I Stand Alone is pretty rad. That's pretty hard. Did you see the cover, backwards cover, Bye 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 from 2022? I did not. Let's check that out real quick, and then we'll end on that one. Oh my god. Another fucking commercial. All right. Excuse me. I'll catch up with the chat and then we'll finish up on backwards singing Bye Bye Bye. There's not been a ton of new metal already said. They've asked you to cover The Touch in Transformers 86. Jay and I have said that to him. Two bands that can go together is Motorhead and Steve Earle. Okay, I respect it. It's from 2020. Oh, yeah. Damn. That's way too long ago. Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal. That was a good one. I like Creed A cunt. That's wild, bro. Oh shit. I never got into Avenged Sevenfold. I know a lot of people that like them. I just never a huge fan of Avenged Sevenfold. I don't know why. What's the one from Prince of Persia: Sands of Time? I think that's Standalone. Because I remember like when that fucking music hit and that motherfucker was chasing you down. It was scary. AFI was considered a punk band back in the day. Were they really? Yeah, I really liked AFI though. Mike, tell Jay to sing the G&G intro. He's been teasing us about it. Dude, I would love that. Look at this fucking cat. America's Funniest Home Videos is basically YouTube before YouTube got popular. Yeah. And then they basically like co-opted YouTube and like now they use YouTube's format and shit, and I kind of think it's stupid. Creed's problem is they were targeted to teens and 20s. Some of their songs way more relatable to people in their 30s. Yes. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Hayden for $10 says, seriously, it's worth a listen to Pull Up Backwards Bye 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 cover. It has a good display of Eric's ability to scream in rock music. It's good stuff. Yeah, we're actually pulling that up right now. That's a perfect call. Professional John Marrow says for $2 says Disturbed no more. I'll have to check that out. Reset the Cripple says that reminded me of my decision for my surgery. Got all clear. Still have to follow up with brain and spine surgeon, but I'm on my way to being at fully healed. Dude, hell fucking yes. All right, that's awesome. W's in the chat for Reset the Cripple. Dude, you're killing it out here, bro. I'm glad you're recovering. I'm glad you're on your way forward. You deserve it. You're awesome, bro. I appreciate the hell out of you. And yeah, man, I hope that everything keeps going that direction for you. Sat on my balls. As I was like saying, I realized I was sitting on my balls and that hurt. Bloodhound Gang, the Bad Touch. Dude, Bloodhound Gang was legit. Godsmack, did I stand alone, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah. Static X, okay. Yeah, dude, look at that. Look at all them W's in the chat. Fuck yeah. All right, we're gonna end on this In Sync Bye 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 cover with backwards, because I know they won't copyright strike me. It's wild, bro. That's why, hold on. This is why Rippa didn't come on the stream today, because he didn't want us bringing this up. He was trying to avoid us bringing this up, but we caught him. Oh shit. Let me unmute okay, I unmuted myself. I got it. I just think it's funny that he didn't show up today on fucking stream on Tina Denny's main event. He said he was tired. He said he was sleeping, but what he really didn't want is he didn't want us to bring this up. He didn't want us to play this. We caught his ass slipping, and now we're gonna play it. So. The chat's response is perfect. Bro, this is so fucking funny, bro. That's Rippa. Yeah, it is. Brandon, if you're still here in the stream, you got to make sure to bring this up at work tomorrow. You got to remind him. This is Rippa's official band. Fuck yeah, it is. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. I'm gonna put this on Twitter. Yeah, we're posting this. What? Sound shouldn't be off. I would have put this. I'm sharing this to X right now because yeah, there ain't no way he's fucking getting away with this. Hold on. I want to post this on X right now. All right, I just posted it. It's so fucking funny. Dude, I'm so glad we found that. Thank you guys for bringing this up to me. Why is this better than the original? Because it's fucking rock and it's cool as shit, bro. Sound got really quiet? Okay, I gotta back up. This is when Ripple's doing covers? I think so. They didn't do the dance. Okay, the screams are pretty legit.
I know for sure I don't wanna be the reason for your love no more. Nah, I'm checking out, I'm signing up. I don't wanna be the reason for your love no more. I'm giving up, I know for sure. I don't wanna be the reason for your love no more. I'm checking out, I'm signing up. I don't wanna be the loser when I'm done enough. I don't wanna be
That, yeah, the scream was actually kind of legit, bro. Ripple lost a bet. Bro, I gotta give it to him. What the screaming is legit.
Taxation stuff.
I actually gotta give it to him that he dropped the taxation as theft after at the end there. Yo, that shit's legit. That's actually pretty good. All right, yeah, that was this. I wish that was the version that they played like during Deadpool. Like that would have been legit. You just play the cover. Yeah, I actually like the screaming part of it. Like the scream part of it was actually pretty fucking legit. Check the comments of your post. Yeah, I saw that he responded. Yeah, so we're gonna have to play this on Tuesday night's main event next week, bro. Like, yeah, we're gonna have to play it next week for sure. Would still be gay. Yeah, but it's like cool gay. Yeah, dude, I was actually surprised by that. So please tell me I can download this on iTunes. I don't know. We'll have to check that out. Oh shit, that's fucking rad. All right, y'all. I think that's it. We're gonna call it here. Because it is getting late for me. I said I was gonna do 2 hours, and we did 3.5. But guys, seriously, I appreciate you. Thank you everyone who sent gifted subs. Thank you everyone who sent channel memberships, everyone who sent super chats. I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you everybody for your time. I appreciate the time that you guys spent, hanging out with me, chilling, enjoying the stream. That means a lot to me as well. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and we'll be streaming tomorrow. I think we're going to do Sneak Week tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Take it easy, guys. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later.